The stakes greater, tensions are higher, the lights brighter. Turn on Friday night. Tonight, it's Greenwood at Bowling Green.
It's the Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Also brought to you by the Blowout Co., Edmonton State Bank, NCTC powered by Warren RECC, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Toyota of Bowling Green, Morgantown Bank and Trust, and Will Coker, your State Farm agent in Bowling Green.
Let's go!
Friday Night Lights.
Greenwood at Bowling Green on the Seven Mountains Sports Network.
Now, down to the field with Ryan Murphy and Big Hamp.
Well, it's a beautiful night here at Bowling Green High School, and we welcome you into our coverage on the Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Our entire Seven Mountain Sports crew here with you. Ryan Murphy alongside Big Ham, Matthew Clark, our producer, director, and the rest of our crew, both back at the station and here on our cameras, making sure we bring you the best coverage here in South Central Kentucky. As we welcome you into our broadcast, we got some special coverage as the Bowling Green Purples host the Greenwood Gators tonight, and what could be ultimately a decider of a district championship here tonight. Will we crown a district championship, and the first for Greenwood since 2009, and also a win tonight for Greenwood would make history as the first time in 36 meetings, and this being the 37th, that Greenwood will be able to topple the Purples if they're able to get it done tonight. Bowling Green finally finding their stride, and as we welcome you in, we got to sit down with both head coaches of these two programs, and we got to talk to both head coach William Howard and Mark Spader earlier this week. Starting off with head coach Howard, here's our interview with the Greenwood Gators head coach. Well, we welcome you into our countdown to kickoff coverage here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Ryan Murphy joined alongside by Greenwood High School football head coach William Howard. Coach, we appreciate you once again for sitting down with us.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
So through the season, you've had fall break to maybe rest up your guys a little bit. How do you evaluate your team so far through the first 7 weeks?
Well, I think we've continued to get better on both sides of the ball. Had a great win last Thursday against 2 Thursdays ago now against Barron County, which was big for our program to get a home playoff game.
Now, along with that home playoff game as well, I think in that Barron County game, there was a lot of things that you guys did right, especially down the stretch. I mean, you got to be happy with the grit and determination your guys showed, especially in that second half.
Yeah, it was an exciting game. I think it was good for the kids to be in a close battle like that and come out victorious. It's always good, and the excitement level they had after the game was pretty nice.
Now, along with that excitement, I think maybe the big turning point that you guys had in that second half was you had a freshman really step up to the plate. You had Beck Smith, who had that kick return touchdown. He's also played some snaps on defense where he's had to fill in a couple of places. Have you seen him kind of step up to the plate this year?
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job for us for a freshman. Your returning that kick was probably the highlight of the game. It was a turning point, like you said, and he's played on offense and defense. He's filled in for some injuries. And done a great job for us.
Now, big key player, I feel like we talk about him every single time that we cover you guys, is Davis Cheney. Third straight game in that Barron County game with 2 or more touchdowns for him. Just seems like once he gets going, he just kind of rolls with the punches no matter what, even when teams try to stop him.
Yeah, Davis is an outstanding athlete. He's extremely fast, and when he gets in the open, he's hard to catch, and was able to do that in the fourth quarter and give us the lead there, and we were able to hold on to it.
Now, getting that home playoff game, like you mentioned, has that given your locker room maybe even more incentive to work harder through these last couple games? What's the energy in the locker room been like?
Well, that was a goal coming into the season, to be able to play a home playoff game and be able to be in a game to play for a district championship. So, excitement level here is high. We're excited about having an opportunity to be able to hold our own destiny.
Now, looking ahead to this week with the Purples, Bowling Green, obviously a team statistically when they face off against Greenwood, at least according to KHSAA, Greenwood's never beaten Bowling Green, at least according to their stats. Is that something maybe the locker room is aware of, that you guys are aware of, that motivates you a little bit in a week like this for a big district game?
Well, maybe with the kids, I think they're aware of that, but it's not something we point out and make an emphasis on it because this is a different team and a different season.
Now, just like you mentioned, different team, different season. Bowling Green's obviously had a really tough schedule, a couple of key injuries early in the year as well. But feels like now is maybe where they're getting their momentum. How have you maybe evaluated the Purples coming into this week?
Well, they're an outstanding program. They've got kids that can step in and be able to play, and they've done that, and I think that's probably only going to make them stronger as the season goes on because, they built depth when they get some of these kids back. So, that's a positive for them, but, it's always a great situation when you play for a district championship, and we're able to do that, and we're just proud of our kids.
As I say, this game feels like maybe the culmination of this entire season, and really, if you guys come away with this one, you've all but maybe locked up that district championship. And I've asked you maybe a little bit already about those motives, but I have a feeling that maybe this game means just a little bit more. It's going to be a lot of eyes on you guys going in there with the possibility to lock up your first district title in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, being in this opportunity is great, and the kids, because of their hard work, have able to put us in this situation. And, this is what we hoped for at the beginning of the season, and we're here and have the opportunity to do that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you for sitting down with us. We'll go ahead and take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we'll have an exclusive sit-down with head coach Mark Spader of the Bowling Green Purples right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to our countdown to kickoff coverage. Joining us now is the head coach of the Bowling Green Purples football team. That is Mark Spader. Coach, appreciate you for taking time out of your day to sit down with us again.
Thanks for coming back around.
Now, I know last time we saw each other, it was the early part of the season. You were still battling injuries, figuring things out. It's a little bit kind of the similar situation, but it seems like you guys have really started to find your footing later in the going.
Yeah, we've survived our schedules, what I like to say. Our record shows what we've gone through, but we're finally healthy, and our kids have continued to work. So through all of it, we would lick our wounds many times, come in here on Saturday, watch film, and then they'd come in on Monday and go back to work and prepare for that week's opponent. So whether we're winning or losing, that's what we were going to be doing. But I'm proud of how the team's handled that to this point. And now we're at what I consider to be the most exciting time of the year. It's a playoff atmosphere for our game this week, and that will continue until our season ends, wherever that is.
Now you talk about that playoff atmosphere. Obviously, your 2 wins, arguably coming in the most crucial space in district play in those 2 wins. How do you evaluate your team through through 7 weeks? Are you pleased with some of the performances that you've seen, and how have you seen your team develop, especially here in crunch time?
I mean, in many spots we've seen us develop. So, offensive line was a big question mark for us coming into the season, and they have gelled. They put together a couple of really good practices coming off of fall break. We've thrown a freshman in the fire at quarterback, so every week is a learning experience for him, and he's handled it amazingly, just like our previous quarterback did. He's very mature in how he's handled all of these new situations for him. He's very coachable. I don't think he lacks confidence. He's had his ups and downs within games, but been pretty exciting to watch him.
I know you kind of jumped on it there with talking about Anthony Davis and how much he's progressed. It seems like these last couple games are really where he's found that consistency and striving and realizing all the supporting guys he has around him and has developed so far. At least it sounds like it from your perspective.
Yeah, and as people have gotten healthier, that helps them out. You know, with Travie Barber being healthy this week, that's what I considered to be preseason a Mr. Kentucky candidate that all of a sudden he gets a throw to as a freshman. So as we become healthy, and he has had practice after practice of throwing to these guys and running the offense with them, I think he's kind of grown into that, and we're watching him mature before our eyes.
So it seems like you said Trevi's going to be back this week.
Yes.
Is he in full capacity?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. So for him, how excited is he? He's got to be eager to get out on the field.
We're excited for him. I mean, I know everybody's not in our building, and they don't get to know our kids on a day-to-day basis, but he's a very humble, hard-working individual. He's an excellent player on the field. Everybody sees that, but he's a hard-working. He's a team player. I mean, so our team's behind him. Our coaching staff's happy. Our fans are happy. And then at the end of the day, we get a tremendous weapon out on the field when he steps out there. So, I think we're all excited for him, but he's been biting at the bit. He probably could have gone against Warren Central, but we held him out one more game. He's handled all of that with grace, as he does everything else, and I'm excited to see him back out there with us.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are excited to see Trevi because just like you mentioned, we know going into the season he's going to be a Mr. Kentucky football candidate. He's so strong in so many different assets of the game. But when you look at those 2 wins that you guys have, at least by about 40 points, basically averaging those 2 games, both in district. What's been your message to the locker room, especially with, this crucial game this week? You're almost playing with the district title on the line.
Well, I mean, we pretty much had the mantra always in this field house, but particularly this year of it's one game at a time, one practice at a time. Are we getting better this practice day? Are we attacking this day? And with the rough early start, I just thought it was really important that we focus on that. What can we do? As guys, backup guys, we're stepping into roles. How can they improve? And then when starters return, they're going to give us important depth, or we're going to find a place for you to play. So, I think our kids really bought into that. And, it's a very important game, but it's the game we have this week. So that's why it's most important. And it's district game number 3, and it's a rival of ours in Greenwood. And, if you don't bring your A game with them, you'll struggle.
You talk about that rivalry. Greenwood, obviously, it seems like has maybe taken a step up this year. How have you evaluated them in their season as they come into your house?
Well, I mean, it's a typical Coach Howard team. I mean, they're tough. They're well coached. They're going to make you struggle if you don't prepare for them. Their kids play hard for him. I always rate coaches by how hard their teams play, and his teams always play hard for him. So, even in some of his losing years, his kids played hard. But he has a talented team this year. They've got some really good players and spots, and I think he does a great job with them, and we'll get their A game when they come out here. It's on our field. We're excited about that. It's a big game, but Greenwood always gives us their best.
Now, this might be arguably the biggest game you guys have played all season coming into this point with so much on the line. What would you maybe pitch to the fans out there to come out and support this Purples team?
Well, I mean, I don't ever think we have enough fans supporting us. So it's been one of those seasons that I think some people have questioned us. And I've said all along, if we can just pull everything together, I think we have the opportunity to be a really good team. And it'd be exciting for a lot of people to come out and watch us now that I think we've pulled everybody together. And in a big game atmosphere with a great crosstown rival here. It should be a great night for football. So come on out, sit in the stands, watch the Purples, and see how we progress this year.
Well, Coach, appreciate you again
for
sitting down with us. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll continue our countdown to kickoff coverage right here on the Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
And now we welcome you back into Bowling Green High School because our microphones were off, but we got it saved. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp alongside. We're out here at Bowling Green High School for a night that could define both of these teams' seasons. Greenwood High School coming into Bowling Green 5-2. Bowling Green here tonight 2-5, but just starting to find their stride and as healthy as they've been all season, and with a key player who could make the biggest impact of all. Again, Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp alongside. Matthew Clark, our producer-director, getting us on the air tonight. Hamp, I think we're going to have an exciting game tonight.
Man, I believe it. The way that the Greenwood Gators have been playing this season, they have been looking absolutely amazing. They just have a few things that they've had to take care of as we watch them this season. But, man, we got ghosts and goblins, and we got Gators chomping, and you know what I mean? So it's going to be a great game, man. It's October, baby.
It's that time of year. It's the middle of October. It's prime time for high school football, really football in general, all around the world and all around here in Kentucky, especially as both these teams coming into tonight, just like you mentioned, have struggled with some things throughout the year. Greenwood has arguably looked stronger than they've ever been, and going up against the team now where tonight Greenwood with a chance to clinch their first district title since 2009, Hamp. And not only that, they have to do it against the team that historically they've never beaten.
Man, that's another situation right there. But the Greenwood Gators, they can come in, get their heads together. They could pull off something that hasn't been done, which would be legendary. And I know the Purples are looking to keep that record that they have against them intact.
Now, this record, it's something that you're kind of aware of, Hamp.
Yes,
I know we were talking about how, this field used to be a little different, a little more concrete used to be laid around here.
Oh, my gosh, yes. The bleachers, the stadium was made of concrete. The track was concrete. It's not what the rubber is now. And man, my years of playing, it was all grass out there. And during that time, Greenwood, man, they were still kind of young. You know what I'm saying, in the early '90s, but they're looking really good right now.
They're looking good. Both these teams looking to turn things around and a big opportunity tonight for Greenwood to clinch a district title in Bowling Green with that chance just as much on the line here tonight. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll give you players to watch, starting lineups. We got about 20 minutes until kickoff here at Bowling Green High School. You're tuned in to your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
The sound of the Purples marching band echoes throughout Central Bowling Green as this Purples band is signaling the entrance of their home team. Purples 2-5 on the year. Not the year that these back-to-back 5A state champion Purples would hope to have, but arguably there's no better time than the peak of November to turn your season around, especially when you still have a district title here on the line tonight. Greenwood Gators making their way short trip across town, right down Scottsville Road to here at Bowling Green High School with their face-off against the Bowling Green Purples in what is sure to be an exciting matchup here tonight. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp alongside Matthew Clark, our producer, director, along with the rest of our incredible 7 Mountain Sports crew. And let's go ahead and take a look at both of these teams and kind of the comparisons that they've had so far this season, because as we mentioned, tale of two seasons for both these teams, but the Purples arguably in a better spot that they've ever been health-wise.
Oh, yeah, they finally getting some pieces back on board, and that is going to be definitely a different Purples team than we saw earlier who played South Warren.
Yeah, when looking at both these teams, again, we talk about those records of points per game. A lot of these numbers are very similar, but for the Gators especially, the defense has showed up in a big way this year. You look at those points allowed per game, only 15.6 for the Gators. Their rushing defense has been one of the best in 5A and one of the best in the entire state, but they've also been able to really run the football especially well with their two-back system.
Oh, yeah, they are definitely running the ball very, very well. The Cheney train keeps rolling, and, man, if the Jungle D allows them to come through, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. The way that he's been running, though, they got a tall task.
And that's why Davis Cheney is going to be one of our players to watch tonight, especially for the Greenwood Gators. The senior is having his best season on record, and it's not just because of his offensive performance. It's his first year ever playing on offense, and he has already tallied 13 total touchdowns on the year. Last year had right around 100 yards, another 2 touchdowns. He has gone 3 straight weeks, Hamp, with at least 2 touchdowns a game. He's basically averaging 2 touchdowns every time he hits the field.
Man, and you could see why if you all go back and look right here on 7 Mountain Sports, and you go back and look at those games that we have with Greenwood, man, you'll see Davis Cheney doing exactly what he does, and that's a locomotive moving and grooving all the way down the tracks.
And the big thing tonight, though, Travy Barber making his triumphant return since week 1 when he went down with that elbow injury against Owensboro Catholic. And if you're watching with us on our live stream, that you see those stats from last season, this is a kid who arguably, had he stayed healthy the entire year, was going to be a Mr. Kentucky football candidate. He had 22 touchdowns last year, led his team over 1,300 yards receiving. He was a big reason that they've been able to make those pushes to the state championship the last 2 seasons, to go back-to-back. And now with his triumphant return tonight, I know this team is excited to have him back out on the field.
Oh, yeah, the whole Purple Nation is ready to go, man. They are loving exactly what Travy Barber brings to this team, man. He brings a lot as far as being a wide receiver, being sometimes jumping in at running back role and sometimes jumping in at quarterback when he has to. He even goes in on defense, so you got another Swiss Army knife out there.
And you saw there on some pregame clips captured by our crew the arm brace that he's still wearing. He is at 100% as far as we are aware. When we talked to Coach Spader earlier this week, you heard that in our interview if you were tuning in via our live stream, but he's still going to have that brace just as a precaution, just so he can go out there and then play to full capacity, but he will play on every front that he's used to playing on and has been for the last couple of years.
Man, he's got to be able to take care of that because, again, like you said, he's definitely was on track for another great state Mr. Football run there. Unfortunately, that injury did take him down, but having Travy Barber back has definitely added another dimension to this Bowling Green Purple football team.
And as not just him, they've had a couple of ding-ups here and there, a couple of guys on the defense, a couple of guys on the offense that has taken them out for a week or two, or they've had to sit out. They will be also without Jackson Smith tonight, so that could maybe play a factor in this game. But one could argue that Travy Barber's appearance now and him being in the game would almost offset that to a whole new degree just because of how impressive he is in so many different ways.
Oh, yeah. That's almost like saying, hey, Allen Iverson was out last week, but oh, no, he's back. That's about the way that it goes with Travy Barber and Bowling Green, man. I tell you, he is special, a very, very special talent.
Now, we've talked about Davis Chaney and what he brings to this team. Some keys to this game, especially because you know that Bowling Green is going to be eyeing 44. That's going to be a player that their defense is really going to have to put their all into trying to stop. And if you close down Davis Chaney, who else do you rely on in that regard? You had Nathan Self, who technically leads the team in rushing yards, but he just hasn't found that consistency in the end zone.
That's where things will have to change here. If they decide to key in on Chaney, if they try to stop that train from rolling, just believe that the road runner Self is going to be taking up the slack, and that's another person that they'll definitely have to watch.
Now, we've mentioned it already, but this is a matchup that in 36 meetings before this one, this is the 37th all-time meeting, these teams have never seen a different result than Bowling Green winning.
Oh, yeah.
In those 36 matches. The closest matchup they arguably had was 2004.
Yep.
Greenwood was able to put 24 points, but ultimately didn't matter. Bowling Green was still able to put up big numbers in that matchup in 2004, and since then they haven't been able to even score that much. And in every matchup in those 36 meetings, Bowling Green has put at least 21 points on them, so you can imagine this could be a decently high-scoring game. Definitely
could be that once again. Like you said, in 2004, Greenwood had the chance. They were right there on it, but 31-24. Have one more opportunity in 2017. I actually was able to witness that game, and Greenwood was definitely on the move. And it's just like second half, things clicked in, and Bowling Green just kind of did what they did. But 36-0 all time in their meetings. The Purples won the first meeting 48-0 back in 1991. I was about to be a freshman in high school the very next year and man, they every year it's always been Bowling Green, Bowling Green, Bowling Green, and it seems like there have been times where Greenwood, you would see the elevation, see the progression in the program, and they just have to keep doing what they're doing right now, and that's just keep their heads up, know where they're going, keep using their guys that they got, and they very well could have a possibility of winning this game tonight. And if they do, again, that would be legendary for them.
The average finishing result between these two teams in a contest, the average final score is 42-7 in favor of Bowling Green. That's about the average that you can expect from these two teams. But tonight, Greenwood coming in trying to make a little bit of history here this afternoon in what would ultimately claim them their first district title since 2009. A big possibility here. We got a couple other games going on around the region. South Warren will be at Central Hardin, Warren Central at Grayson County. Paducah Tillman will be at Warren East. Macon County, Tennessee will be at Barron County. That will be Barron County's final home game, I believe, of the year. LaRue County will be at Glasgow. Glasgow, if they win that game tonight, will be district champions, and Butler County will be at Hart County, and Adair County at Edmonson County. We will give you those scores progressively as the game goes on when we have minutes here and there, both at halftime and post-game. We will give you those updates from around the region. The band of the Bowling Green Purples is making their way out onto the field here tonight, Hamp. The energy's building up. There's a decent crowd still continuing to build on both sides. The tailgating scene here is massive in the parking lot, in the fields around the stadium here. It's just a great atmosphere.
Man, this campus has absolutely turned into something magnificent. Like you said, that tailgating, I'm looking over there now, and it's still going. I still see smoke in the air. Got me hungry. I wish somebody would bring us a little something to eat up here, is what they could do, and a little drink, a little soda or water or something. But, man, it smells good. The atmosphere is absolutely amazing right now, and the way Greenwood has started to stack up on the other side, I think they feel like that they have a feeling that they could do something memorable tonight, and that very well could happen. But the the Bowling Green Purples, that Jungle D could definitely stop the Chaney train from coming through, but we got to wait and see what's going on, man. It's October, and it is. Halloween time.
We'll go ahead and step aside as National Anthem plays, and we'll be right back here on your Seven Mountains Sports Network. Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by families.
Welcome you back here to your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week here on the Seven Mountains Sports Network. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the video side of things, but we're still working through some of those nooks and crannies here at Bowling Green High School. It's a great time to be here. First time, if I'm not mistaken, Ham, we've been here all season, and kind of a homecoming for you in a way. It's got to be kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely fun. I haven't been in the press box before here. You know what I'm saying? I've run the stadium.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know a thing or two about running it.
But I've never got to sit up here on this side of it, so it's absolutely amazing to be able to be on this side and be able to call a game for the Purples and for Greenwood right here in what was that, L. Donaldson Stadium at one
Yes,
point.
sir. It's sure to be an exciting matchup tonight as we take a look at some of your starting lineups for the Greenwood Gators and their starting offense. Similar setup to what we've pretty much seen all season. No changes for the Gators. At quarterback, number 17, Levi Wyatt, the senior, and your two running backs, number 1, Nathan Self, and number 44, the Cheney train, Davis Cheney. Wide receiver, number 15, Max Eisenhower, and also at wide receiver, number 10, Will Crutcher. At tight end, number 16, Griffin Howard, who's such a red zone threat for this Greenwood team. And for your offensive line, left tackle, number 62 is Blaine Haynes. At left guard, number 79 is Jackson Ryder. At center, number 67 is Ben Warwick. At right guard, number 71 is Lakin Backhater. At right tackle, number 58, Jackson Haynes, rounds out your Greenwood starting offense. And for the starting defense for Greenwood on the defensive line on the edge, number 36 is Casey Coleman. Defensive line, number 52, Grant Turner, number 53, Bryson Boggs, and number 38, Karen Tidwell. And this oh-so-effective linebacker room for this Greenwood Gators team. Number 2, led by Stuart Scott in that regard. Also number 27, Roy Bray. And number 56, Cooper Hines. And in the secondary, CV number 12, Ladarius Porter. Number 24, Ryder Lambert. And at safety, number 3, Tristan Bailey Thomas. And number 28, Alex Hagan, the senior, rounds out your starting defense for the Greenwood Gators and their starting lineups here this afternoon. The band and the cheer squad has lined up to welcome the Bowling Green Purples out onto the field for what will be the first time that Travie Barber has seen the field as an active player since week 1 against Owensboro Catholic right here at home.
Man, I know they are very excited to have Travie come on back into this game right here, and they are about to take the field. I can hear the crowd now going off as they know what they're waiting. What they have been waiting to see all year is finally coming in. You got young Anthony Davis at quarterback, and you got him throwing it to Travian. That's what they've been waiting on.
2-5 on the year are the Bowling Green Purples, but those 2 wins coming in the most crucial of places, which is district play. Their first win of the year came in September against Barron County. Again, that was also right here at home with a 42-7 final score. That win was so crucial to stay alive in the fight for a district title. And their second win came after a road trip to Cal, where they gave Cal a fight. They're arguably one of the strongest teams in their region, if not the strongest, only trailed by 3, and that was their final score where they fell 27-24, and then ended up taking down Warren Central 47-0 right here at home in a shutout before fall break. As you can see on your screen, we're getting set for the coin toss. Head coach William Howard of the Gators there on the other side. Mark Spader alongside his players as well. Travy Barber is out on the field as a captain for the Purples as they make their way out onto the field, bursting through the tarp, carrying their iconic H flag and the American flag alongside. This is a tradition for the Purples and has been for some time to open up their home games here as the coin toss still underway. Chief official explaining the process as we're all normally accustomed to, and the cheer squad breaking off here as the Purples heading off to the sideline to continue their pregame ceremonies. Coin toss underway now between the Purples and the Gators there at center field. Looks like the Purples have won the coin toss. So Purples have won the coin toss here. It looks like they will defer to the second half, and they will be moving from left to right whenever they do eventually get the football. So we should see the Greenwood Gators with the ball first on offense and see if they can get the ball rolling with the Cheney train.
Oh, this sounds like a very thing that Bowling Green does. They'll defer to the second half, let that defense see where they're at, see how they're standing, see if they can hold on, and see kind of, I guess they're going to see what Coach Howard's going to do with the Cheney train itself.
Now in the opposite corner of the end zone, you can see it there on your screen, the Greenwood Gators in their own tarp here, ready to burst their way onto the field, waiting for their players to come back from the coin toss at center field before they get things underway. Starting offense for Bowling Green is a little bit shaken up compared to how it has been. We'll get to those starting lineups here shortly as Greenwood's set to make their way out onto the field. Again, both these teams with opposite seasons, exactly flipped records, but Bowling Green now with arguably their best run so far. They had a strong performance against Cal, like we were talking about, a win against Barron County, and a shutout against Warren Central, both those wins being right here at home. Home definitely seems to be where they have found their strength in a sort of homecoming again also for Travy Barber. There is no better time for this Bowling Green Purples team to make a run at a district title win. Maybe through those first 4 games, people had counted them out.
Oh, yeah, definitely not the Bowling Green Purples that we had seen before, but definitely looking to get it now.
And looking at the starting offense for Bowling Green, at quarterback, it's the freshman Anthony Davis, who's had himself quite a season so far. At halfback number 1, that's Ethan Kirkwood. At fullback number 5, that's Trey Graham. At wide receiver, making his long-awaited return, number 3, Travy Barber. At wide receiver, also number 15, Hudson Notmeyer. At tight end, number 12, that's Reed Gathright. And at left tackle, number 74 is Christopher Coren. At left guard, number 70 is Alex Johnson. Under center is number 52, Mason Dew. At right guard, number 78, Caleb Ray. And at right tackle, rounding out your starting offense for the Purples, is number 76, Zach Jordan. And your starting offense, or starting defense rather, for the Bowling Green Purples on the edge is number 9, Malik Coburn. And at tackle, number 56, Keaton Vinegar. At defensive tackle, number 54, that's Tayon Parker. On the edge, number 24, Christian Malone. Outside linebacker, number 23, Kyle Sledge. Also at linebacker, number 7, Logan Johnson. And number 8, Montez Trussell, who's going to be one to watch on defense tonight. And in the secondary, number 21, Orlando Davis. Number 6, Drew Jones. Number 44, Jet Reynolds. And number 10, the junior Embry Dotson. On the punt returns will be Travy Barber and number 6, Drew Jones. And also on the kick returns, Barber will have those honors alongside Kyle Sledge. Those are your starting lineups for both the Greenwood Gators and the home Bowling Green Purples tonight as both teams make their way out onto the field. Bowling Green won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, and they will kick the football to Greenwood with Davis Cheney and a couple of his teammates, Nathan Self included, back to receive. And what we could see, a big run breakaway here for these two teams. The Gators have had a kick return touchdown before, and it comes from the guy on the far side of your screen, number 19. He's a freshman. Beck Smith had a 90-yard kick return against Barron County just before fall break. Could he, Cheney, or Self do it again? They're going to get their chance. As we are underway here at Bowling Green High School, Self's going to get his shot at it, and he's going to break off to the right side. He's got some blockers out to the 15, out of the 20, still trying to break some tackles down to the 25. It's like it'll be brought down to the 26-yard line, and Greenwood will start their first offensive drive from there.
Not a bad return from where he caught it at back there. Bringing it up to the 25, 26. Gives them an opportunity right here. Let's just see how they're going to do this. If they're going to get the training chain started or if they're going to start with Self to try to throw them off.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Greenwood at their own 25-yard line. Levi Wyatt, the quarterback, who has not scored a passing touchdown since week 2, I believe, against Warren East. And it looks like we've already got a penalty against the Purples. I believe it was an offsides on Bowling Green.
A little anxious.
A little anxious are the Purples to get out and go in here. 5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 5 now for Greenwood's first snap of the game. Here's Wyatt with a back along to his right side. It'll be Cheney who they hand it off to, who slips up on the run, and he went down in a hurry, but is quick to get back on his feet. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Quick slip on that one, coming up straight up in that A-gap, but he just dropped pretty quick. It's that turf.
Looked like he would have had a gap, too. He
yeah.
kind of created, maybe just got a little bit ahead of himself in his footing. 11 and a half minutes to go as we are just underway. Levi Wyatt on the snap out of the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Nathan Self. He's the leading rusher for this Greenwood team who breaks past the first down marker. That'll shift the chains for a blowout first down.
Looks like they're going to start Nathan Self and Cheney both back and forth. Looks like they're going to back and forth them a little while, not tire one of them out.
Something we noticed in the Barron County game for the Gators whenever we were down covering that one was they seemed to favor one for at least a majority of the first quarter at the very least. They may bleed into the second, and then they'll kind of switch things around. But at least here so far, it's both Self and Cheney who are getting a share of the pie. They hand it off to Wyatt in the direct snap. They'll run up around the right side of the line and get tackled for gain of 3. Gain of 3 on the play for the senior quarterback. 48 for 85 on completions this season and 8 interceptions and opportunities he would love to have back. Only 3 passing touchdowns, but 3 on the ground as well for Levi Wyatt this season, 6 total. A little over 650 yards through the air. Cheney shifting to the left side in motion. He's going to be a blocker. They'll hand it off to Self, who speeds his way up the middle. And he's brought down at about the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4.
They can keep doing exactly what they're doing right now and keep getting these chunk yards, getting these small chunk yards, and eventually it's going to lead for a break the way that they're running the ball right now. This defense is set up most of the time in a cover 3 set, and they're playing man-to-man pretty well right now.
Nathan Self going to be along the right hip of Levi Wyatt. 2 receivers to the left side, tight end there to block. Cheney now in motion with Howard to the right side. Still 2 receivers to the left. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Self here, who's trying to shake a defender. Stiff arms a man, tries to hurdle another. He's brought down at the 44-yard line. No gain.
Embry Dotson was right back there on it. He came swooping around the edge there and caught him.
Brings up 4th down and 5 on a loss of 1 for Nathan Self, and that will force the punt team out onto the field, including Davis Cheney, who does play a lot of different roles for this team and also includes the punt guy.
Oh, yeah. He's a little bit of everything, offense, defense, punter.
And just to think, Davis Cheney, all of last season, was a defensive guy. Never would have seen him as an offensive guy, but Coach Howard has unlocked untapped potential this season in Davis Cheney. And here's the Purples on the return as they get to their own 32-yard line before the Gators bring them down in a hurry.
Stuart Scott is the main man back there on that one. Now is the time we've been waiting for. It's about time to see if we hit that first one with Travy or what Bowling Green is going to do, period.
Bowling Green going to look to get this offense either rolling quickly or maybe roll a little bit slower because they've kind of mix things up a little bit this year. I think in years past you've been more accustomed to a more air raid style of offense, a lot of passing schemes here, and you're still getting a lot of that, but it's a little split even now. You're getting about the same amount of rushing and passing both games.
Yes, which is absolutely great for the Purples, man, just getting people off of what they're used to seeing.
Here's Anthony Davis. In motion is Barber, and he's going to get the first reception of the game here tonight, and it's going to be a little bit of a feet flicker, but he's hit on the pass, and that one's hauled in, I think. He may have dropped the football.
I think he dropped it.
I think he dropped it on what would have been an interception for Roy Bray at around the 47-yard line. It will be called incomplete. Man, that would have been so huge had he been able to haul that in.
Didn't realize they were going to start off with a trick play right from the jump. Got Travy throwing it at the beginning of the game. And he had a lot of Gators already on him, so throwing that ball the way that he did, looks like he lost a little traction, a little grip when he threw it.
Under pressure was Barber for making that pass on the trick play. And for Anthony Davis, he'll have 3 receivers to the right side and 1 to the left. That 1 to the left is Travy Barber. In motion is Guthright. And here's going to be the handoff for Graham on the run up the middle. He'll breach past the 35 and get stopped at about the 37-yard line.
Nice yardage busting up that gap right there. And linebacker Grant Turner right there for him, right there waiting on him.
Travy Graham on the run there for Bowling Green, a gain of 8. Bring up 3rd and 2. Anthony Davis, the freshman quarterback, 69 for 115 on the year, only 2 interceptions in those 115 attempts and 69 completions. And they'll once again hand it off to Graham, who heads up the middle, and he's stopped quick by the Gators, but looks like he'll get a gain of 1 and bring up 4th down.
Stuart Scott came around that edge and met him right in the backfield, and this is exactly what the Gators want to do as a defense is make sure they're watching the run because, again, like you said, there've been a great split of run and pass with the Purples, and the Gators are definitely watching what's going on.
Looks like they'll bring out the punt team. I think they were contemplating for a moment where to go for it here on a 4th and short because definitely a possibility to convert there, but instead they'll play the safe card.
Man, 1 yard away from it. I think I'd kick it too.
They'll bring out Jet Reynolds to punt it away. About 7 minutes to go. Flag thrown way in the back behind Greenwood's defense. In Greenwood territory at the 25 was the flag thrown. That penalty would be on Bowling Green.
I've been saying it over and over again. You're on the offense. You know the count. Got to watch the ball.
5-yard penalty there will make it 4th and 6 for the punt now with Jet Reynolds back to receive. Here's a snap. Reynolds looking off to his right side. That one's going to rainbow shot up. Looks like it's going to land at about the 41. It's going to bounce up and down and land at the 43-yard line, 44 in Gators territory. And Greenwood's going to start their second drive from there. Still tied up 0-0 with 7 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
These Purples and these Gators, man, this is the way that I figured that it would start off. It's kind of like a boxing match. Y'all know I love boxing. And they're both just trying to figure each other out, and that's the sweet science of it all. And I feel like it's the same way with football in the way that Coach Howard and Coach Spader are doing this game right here.
It's Rocky Balboa trying to size up Apollo Creed and find that opening opportunity as we get the handoff to Nathan Self here, who runs it past the 50 into Bowling Green territory. He'll get to the 49 in Purple's land for a gain of about 7 on the play.
Looks like they're leaning more towards Self this first quarter here, seeing what they can do with him. And he's gotten a nice chunk of yards right there. If they keep running him, Bowling Green's going to have a problem.
8-yard run there for Nathan Self, who's had the last 3 offensive plays for Greenwood here tonight with 6:40 to go in this first quarter. Levi Wyatt with both Cheney and Self on either hip and one receiver off to the left side. Here's the snap. Hand off to Self again, who's been fed mightily here tonight. Moves past that first down marker, and that'll shift the chains for a blowout first down. Just enough to get that first down, it looks like, so a gain of 2 on that play for Self.
The Purples are keying in on the run. because they know that it's coming. I think they just figured that it was going to be Chaney doing most of the running, so they're get up for Chaney, but Self with that speed, that's just a different dynamic.
Wyatt set up in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side. Self on his right hip. They're going to hand it off again to Self, who finds a shot up the right side. Gets to about the 42-yard line before he's tripped up by the Purple's defense for a short gain. Gain of 2 again on that play for Nathan Self. Back-to-back plays with a 2-yard gain. Sun is set here tonight. Just before we came on the air, it was a beautiful, picturesque scene. We're in Purple's country. The sky was painted purple with the sunset, and now the lights have come on, and all attention goes here to the field. Another handoff to Self, his 4th straight. His 3rd on this drive. Short gain again. Brings up 3rd down.
That Jungle D had the whole front locked up right there and didn't let them get as much as they thought they were going to get there. Clogged up the middle, stopped it all, and you had a host of Purples ready to keep the Gators down.
3rd down and 7 now on the way. Nathan Self with a 1-yard gain. That is 6 straight plays that Nathan Self has been in charge of the rock. 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Gators, by running the football and trying to convert here on these 3rd downs, running off a lot of clock. Out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Nathan Self shifting off to the left hip of Wyatt. It looks like we'll get a timeout called by the Gators.
Defense looked like they were set up for a man-to-man situation, ready to have everybody covered.
Both teams heading back to their respective sidelines with 4:42 left to go in this opening quarter. And it's been a stalemate so far. Both teams tied at 0-0. When the Gators head back out onto the field, it'll be 3rd and 7. When we come back, we'll see if they can convert right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
6 straight plays for Nathan Self and holding the rock with 4:42 to go in the first quarter on a 3rd and 7. Can he find that lucky 7 yards? Here's Self moving off on a screen. He's got it caught. Cuts back up the middle, tries to shake a defender, but the Purple sniffed that one out in a hurry and bring him down.
When they threw that screen over here on the home side, the Purples had them surrounded and trapped. They had all the nets ready to go to catch a Gator.
4th down on the way. They'll send Chaney out back to receive the football and punt it back into Purple's territory, and that'll leave it up to the Gators defense to make another stop, and we'll get to see the Purples back out on the field here. Clock winding down with 4:10 to go in the first quarter. And again, that was 7 straight plays for Nathan Self, and each one seemed to get progressively lower. It started with an 8-yard run, and then 2 yards, 2 more, and then 1. And now here's Chaney with the punt back, and it'll land at about the 8-yard line. Well, they'll wave it off.
Good call there. Him trying to run that one. They were so many Gators around him. He would have been stopped right there. Possibly could have caused the fumble or anything. Great call by the receiver there.
Kyle Sledge,
returner,
with the return, and who waves it off. The sophomore with an experienced move will start Bowling Green at their own 7-yard line. So not the greatest of field positions. Good punt by Davis Chaney, but this Bowling Green offense is one that you would almost coin as explosive.
Oh, yeah. If you want to compare them to anybody, you can almost compare them to South Warren. And Greenwood and South Warren, they had a good game. Greenwood held their own, and it's about like it's going right now.
3 receivers off to the left side for Davis. Now make it 4, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Going to send it off the screen to Travey Barber, who's breaking away past the first down marker, past the 20, before he's knocked out of bounds on the Gators side of the field.
There it goes right there. Already getting it started. Get it out there on the screen to the outside on the far end. Let him run. Give him space.
The barber shop is open as we take a look at the Toyota Bowling Green replay. Davis quick to throw off the screen, and Barber just activates the jet boosters. Arguably no one is quicker in that situation than Travey Barber. who's able to pick up the first down, but actually looks like, did we get a penalty possibly to send him back downfield? Looks like they did.
Wow.
So a penalty will unfortunately send the Purples backwards on what would have otherwise been a first down by Travy Barber.
So what we don't want to do is have penalties.
Here's 3:35 to go in the first quarter. They're going to hand it off to Graham, who tries to truck his way up the middle. Looks like he gets back to that original line of scrimmage. About a gain of 3.
Now Graham's a pretty good runner. Once they get him going and get him moving, he could bust one at any moment.
Gain of 4 on that play for the Purples. Graham will line up alongside the left hip of the freshman quarterback Anthony Davis. He'll have 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Stuart Scott almost trying to fake out the offensive line to draw a false start. We've talked about Stuart Scott extensively in our coverage throughout the season, and the only way to describe it is like a heat-seeking missile. It's not an if, it's when, as Bowling Green calls their first timeout.
Man, all the time. It's like he's a heat-seeking missile with RPG capabilities there. That bad boy spins around, and he'll take you out of there. Stuart Scott's always on the move.
We've seen a couple of runs out of Graham tonight, and he's had the last 3 offensive plays for the Purples that have come up with a gain of positive yards on the season. 39 attempts rushing for 199 yards. Also has 46 receiving yards to go along with it. 2 touchdowns. So not a bad season for Graham in an offense that typically favors the pass.
Oh, yeah. Graham is doing a pretty good job right now, considering, like you said, that mostly a passing team. They're allowing him to move the ball on the ground. Normally, Jackson Smith's back there with him. But with them out today, Graham's going to handle it all, and he could, matter of win. Not just if, but win.
2:48 to go in the first quarter, and it could happen at any moment. Both teams heading out onto the field. Greenwood and setting a formation of man-to-man. Here's Davis out of the shotgun with receivers on either side. They'll fake the handoff to Graham and pass it across the flat to Barber, who gets past the first down marker where he's brought down. That'll move the chains for a blowout first down for Bowling Green. First completed reception of the game.
Stuart Scott and Roy Bray, I believe is who it was that was with him there to make the stop. They sandwiched him up right there in the middle, but it was a great pass, open area right there.
Anthony Davis with a solid pass to his senior receiver, who arguably should have been a Mr. Kentucky football candidate before that untimely injury. They hand it off to Graham again. It looks like he'll get a loss of about a yard or so on that run.
And again, Stuart Scott along with Roy Bray and Kayron Tidwell made the stop in the backfield.
2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Both teams still tied up 0-0. Neither team has managed to score just yet. Bowling Green, they were able to get in field goal range. They've got a heck of a kicker. He also happens to be the goalkeeper for the Purple soccer team as Davis drops back here, and he's going to take off on his own QB run. He'll slide to about the 27-yard line. Purple's wanting a flag called there, but doesn't look like they're going to get it from the officials.
It was real close. You had 3 people with helmets leading in and on the slide, so very well could have been a targeting situation, but referees let it go.
6-yard gain by Anthony Davis there. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 after that loss of 1 on the run for Graham. They'll keep the typical system. They'll have Barber to the left side, 2 receivers to the right with Graham along the left hip of Davis. Out of the shotgun. Barber in motion. Comes to the center, shifts back out to the left side to the outside. He's got open across the flat. Here's the receiver. He's going to cut back up the middle is Jones. And he stopped, it looks like, just shy of the first down, or he just crossed the plane, and he will. That'll be a blowout first down for Bowling Green.
Great play, had the defense confused. Defense were all backed up thinking that it was going to be a deep pass play, but right in the middle of the field, dumps it right to Graham, gets the yards they need. That's all you got to do. It doesn't have to be a home run shot every time.
6-yard gain for Travy Graham, the senior, making himself available in the pass game across the flat. He had Travy Barber downfield, but it looked like he was in double coverage, and the freshman with a smart decision as he sends Kirkwood into motion to the right side. Davis, the lefty, dropping back. He's going to let out a deep ball pass to Barber. It's caught at the 30.
Oh, my God.
The barber shop is open. Travy Barber with the catch.
Wow. And he definitely got cut on top. He had a lot taken off the top.
From the 35, almost the 40, to Greenwood's 22-yard line. What a catch. Welcome back, Travy Barber. Haven't you missed that, Ham?
Man, absolutely. Everybody was holding their breath on that catch, but it was beautiful.
Davis across the middle to Kirkwood. That one's broken up. Incomplete. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Oh, that's what everybody's been. We're going to go back to that last play. That's what everybody has been waiting on the whole season, is to see those deep passes and that deep threat that Travy has.
Bowling Green from their own 31 gets it down to Greenwood's 22. As it looks like we may have a stoppage here by the officials. Make sure they've got the football in the right place. Looks like it was shifted a yard forward, and they move it back.
It amazes me that it's like, oh, well, the ball was here. No, it's really here.
Back into action here after that big play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Purples. All the receivers stacked on the right side. Fake handoff to Graham over the middle to Barber. Just overthrown. It's incomplete. Barber showing his frustration. Knows he feels like he should have had that one in his hands.
Oh, yeah. That was a great fake to Graham going up the middle. They thought he had it. Wide open in the middle of the field there. The ball got to him a little hot. And man, Travy just knew he had a touchdown if he'd have caught that one, Ryan.
Purple's getting reset. They've got a potential here. They're not quite in the red zone. They're at the Gators' 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 10 with 5 seconds to go in this first quarter before they flip the field. In motion is Kirkwood coming towards the center. He'll cut up to the inside across the flat. Davis going to pitch it off to the right to Graham, who tried to haul it in. Looks like he caught it.
I think he did.
One-handed catch to end the first quarter, but it's not going to be enough to convert on the 3rd down. It looks like it'll be 4th and 10 as the first quarter comes to a close. We're still tied up 0-0 between the Purples and the Gators. Which team will find their footing first? Stick with us to find out here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Welcome you back into our coverage here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. That first quarter coverage where both these teams still tied up 0-0, brought to you by Aqualand Pool and Spa. As we now get started here in your second quarter, and they will go for the field goal with Oliver Gonzalez, the senior kicker. And this will be a long one. From the 29, Gonzalez, that one's up. And it looks like it's just sharp right, no good for Gonzalez. Also happens to be the goalkeeper for the Purple soccer team, who just brought home, if I'm not mistaken, a regional title.
I think that's what I was going to say. Yeah, regional title.
So congratulations to Gonzalez on that honor. Yeah. Unfortunately, unable to convert there on the field goal down. That was going to be a long one. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Was that like almost a 40?
Yeah, almost
30,
40 yard.
Right at a 40-yard field goal. Real close. Real close. Great effort there for the Purples. They come up short, and it'll be a turnover on downs there. It'll start at the 20-yard line for Greenwood.
Which at the end of the day, it's not a bad position for the have the Gators in for the Purples. You know what I'm saying? The Jungle D is right there ready to go. They have an idea of what the Gators have been doing, so now they're just trying to stop that.
Second quarter coverage brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. 1st and 10 for the Gators. 3 receivers in the diamond to the left side. It's going to be a direct snap here to Wyatt, who runs it up the middle for a gain of 3. Levi Wyatt on the QB keeper gets the gain of 3. His second run of the night. His earlier run in that first quarter was also a gain of 3. As we get this second quarter underway.
Leader of the defense, Montez Trussell, was on the tackle there.
Montez Trussell has had himself a phenomenal season, 74 tackles on the year, including 5.5 sacks. He's the guy to get pressure onto the quarterback. Here's the catch for the Gators, who try to get their way back to that original marker, and they'll have no gain on the play. Bring up 3rd and 7.
Purple seen that wide receiver screen coming, and they had it completely covered and shut down. Drew Jones was there to make the stop.
It was Cade Webb on the catch off the screen. Like you mentioned, Hamp, it was the Purples who were quick to respond. Another 3rd and 7 here. Gators have been in this situation before. Weren't able to convert. They'll try to do it with 2 receivers to the right side. Here's the snap. Hand off to Cheney. No, they're going to pitch it to the inside again. Up the middle. A short gain will bring up 4th down. Not enough to get the conversion they needed.
I said Drew Jones made that last tackle. It was actually Dotson. It was actually Emory Dotson who was in on that tackle.
Caesar Ortega on the run gets a 3-yard gain of his own, but won't be enough to convert. We'll bring up 4th and 4, and the Gators will punt it away with Davis Cheney. Cheney back ready to receive with about 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. That ball is going to land out of bounds around the 49 in the Gators' own territory.
Straight to a coach, he kicked it to.
I was going to say, landed cupped it right in his arms, it looked like.
I thought he was going to run for it.
Second quarter coverage here brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust, serving Bowling Green, Morgantown, and now Beaver Dam. Visit one of our locations today. That's Morgantown Bank and Trust. You also saw that first quarter coverage brought to you by Aqualand Pool and Spa. It's a family-owned and has been serving South Central Kentucky for over 40 years. They specialize in pools, saunas, above-ground, semi-in-ground, and custom in-ground, plus therapeutic hot tubs and cold plunges for year-round comfort. Visit aqualandfun.com. We appreciate them for sponsoring our first quarter coverage. We're through your second quarter here with about 10 minutes to go. It'll be the snap to Davis, and a handoff here as the Purples are on a run past the first down marker. Flag thrown in the backfield. It could be a first down, and it looks like it'll be a holding on the Purples and what would have otherwise been about a 14-yard gain by Kyle Sledge.
These are the mistakes the Bowling Green Purples do not need to make. They've been inching closer and closer and closer to touchdown, and setting themselves back further than where they started is just not the way to start.
See Sakai Rhodes heading back to the sidelines after that run. Purples, it's going to be a tough penalty. They started with good field position in Gators territory, now back at their own 43-yard line, for a 1st and 20 now. Inside 10 minutes to go in the first half. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. Out of the shotgun is Davis. Fakes the handoff, pitches it over the top to Gathright, who shakes a couple of defenders and gets his tackled way past the first down marker for a blowout coat first down.
Great pass, get it to the guy, let him make moves in open field. That's all he has to do.
Good move by the junior Gathright on the run, shifts the chains to bring up another Purple's first down and has the Gators at Greenwood's 37-yard line with about 9.5 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Anthony Davis coming into tonight, 9 touchdowns on the year. Both teams still tied up 0-0. But Davis also having a touchdown on the ground. Dropping back is Davis, the lefty. Pitches it over the center to Graham. Graham, in the midst of about 3 Gators, tries to spin his way to the first down. He'll come up just a yard short, gain of 9.
Anthony Davis put some heat on that ball when he throws, and he threw that little sidearm there with a guy wide open in the middle of the field. And man, that's all he's got to do is just get it to the open guy and let them make the moves.
He's been under quite a bit of pressure in those instances.
Yeah.
They're almost letting the Gators in, but Davis is doing a great job at getting the ball out quick.
And he's moving great as a freshman, man. He's making some really good decisions that some freshmen would just cave and do all kinds of crazy stuff at this moment.
When we talked to Coach Spader earlier this week, he said Davis has progressed incredibly well off the screen. That one hauled in, looks like by Barber, who makes his way past the marker and then some, wrestles his way to the 7-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
Ooh-wee. Again, under pressure, Anthony Davis gets the ball out to Barber. Barber swings around to the side, and, man, he goes.
Barber gets a huge gain. You take a look at this Toyota Bowling Green replay. First trip to the red zone tonight for the Purples as Barber had to reach to the skies to haul that one in and just continued to shake off defenders to get inside the 10. From the 8, here's the handoff to Graham once again. Tries to shake his way up the middle. Gators quick to stop him. Looks like maybe a gain of 1. 1 yard gain on the play there for Graham.
He had eight Gators all over him, and he still managed to get 1 out of it. Man, these Purples are on the move. The Gators have just got to tighten up a little bit. I could see the worry in their eyes a little bit, but they just got to maintain.
Travie Barber so far in this first half already over 60 yards receiving. Can he cap it off here on this drive with a touchdown? Makes the handoff. Davis over the middle to Barber. He walks it into the end zone. Welcome back, Travie Barber. Touchdown.
Man, absolutely beautiful play right there. Great setup, great pass, great catch. Welcome back.
Touchdown for Travie Barber in his triumphant return. Take a look at the replay courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. He's making his way back to the sideline, celebrated with his team in the end zone. You could see just how much it meant to this group. Ethan Kirkwood, who stepped up in his absence in a big way for this Bowling Green team as kind of the primary receiver, the first to greet him in the end zone as that PAT is up and good.
Man, the Gators knew what Bowling Green has in Travie, man. But you, like I always say, you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. You never know what's going to happen. But they knew what Travie could do.
A huge play for Travie Barber is a welcome home as he hits the field for the first time in a long time, and what a way to get the scoring started then with a 7-0 lead for the Bowling Green Purples. We'll step aside and come back to see if the Gators can respond right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
You don't just work here.
You show up and you grow.
And to serve your customers well.
We're not just selling cars, we're selling careers and relationships.
Welcome you back here to the 7 Mountain Sports Network for your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. In the midst of your second quarter coverage, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Bowling Green, the first to strike with a touchdown, 7 yards, the pass from Anthony Davis to Travie Barber in his triumphant return and his welcome home to the field after a 6-week absence. As the Gators here on the return, looks like they dropped the football, but get back to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Gators will pick it up and try to respond to that huge scoring drive for the Purples.
Man, that's exactly. It's a good spot for the Gators right now. Now all they have to do is not worry about what the Purples have done. Now they have to get their program on and get everything moving the way that they want.
Just take a look again at this replay, courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green, of this pass, this haul in by Barber, who had to reach for it. It was back-to-back plays for Barber where he reached up and scooped that ball out of the sky in a way that only Barber can. And, you know, Coach Spader talked to us earlier in the week, and he said there was a instance at the Cal game where, of course, that was a 3-point game, as you see the Gators on the run with Self for a decent game. But Spader was telling us that it was after the Cal game and that 27-24 loss for the Purples. 3-point game. There was very few plays that made the difference in that one, with a gain of 6 on the play there for Nathan Self. And he told us, he said, we were on the bus ride back, and he was talking about a couple of slightly overthrown passes by Davis to a couple of the other Purples receivers. And Travie looked at Coach Spader, and he said, Coach, he said, I wouldn't have let those. I would have caught those.
Facts.
He said they wouldn't have been overthrown to me. And Coach Spader just patted him, and he said, I know, kid. He said, I know. And here he is tonight.
That's great. Doing it exactly
doing
what he
the
said.
thing. Gain of 1 on that play for the Gators now. 3rd and 3. They're going to hope to not have a 3-and-out here. It's crucial for the Gators in their system that we've been so accustomed to all year to break off on big explosive runs, but also to run the clock when you kind of do as much running as they do.
Oh, yeah. I'm just waiting to see the train get the going.
3rd and 3 on the way for the Gators. 2 receivers to the right side. Here's Wyatt over the top. That one swatted out of the air by Drew Jones.
Man, exactly what you're supposed to do. Get those paws in there. If you can't snatch it out of there, knock it out of there.
Drew Jones, a great piece of this Bowling Green team on both offense and defense. In his senior season with a huge stop, brings up 4th down for the Gators, who are forced to punt it away.
Good defense by the Purples, doing exactly what they have been trained to do, and the Gators just have to just get down in there, man, and start digging.
If I'm not mistaken, first pass attempt of the night for the Gators in general. That was the first time they've tried to pass the football, as Cheney punts it away again, and it lands on the Gators' side of the field out of bounds.
I think they want the ball to be kicked out of bounds every time on the punt. With Travey back there, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they have Travey back there. They'll have Drew Jones back there as well. They have Kyle Sledge, all 3 who have incredible speed. And now Bowling Green will start another drive with good field position right at midfield. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go until the half. And I think what we noticed in that first quarter was Bowling Green was just trying to – we talked about the Rocky Balboa and the Apollo Creed reference and how they're just trying to size up your opponent. Well, I think about midway through the second quarter, they've got them sized up, and now Bowling Green's really just starting to roll with the punches.
Oh, yeah, Bowling Green's starting to swing now. They're starting to swing now. What Greenwood doesn't need to do is just start throwing haymakers. Is what they just need to maintain and keep doing what it is that they know is going to get them further along and where they need to be and where they want to be in this game. Because it's not like they're out of it. You know, I mean, we still got a whole nother half to go. And, man, we know what they can do. We've watched them all season. We know what Bowling Green can do. And now that they got those pieces back, they're absolutely taking advantage and using them.
And for the Gators, they haven't trailed a whole lot in their wins. And against Barron County, the game that we covered just before fall break, they did trail for a little bit, but they came out swinging in that second half. That kick return by Beck Smith was a big part of that, a freshman who had arguably the biggest impact in the momentum shift of that game. Whole second half of football, we're only at 7-0 here. The Purples could get going, but this Greenwood defense, they know the guys that they have to stop. It just comes down to execution.
Oh, yeah. The Gators are not – they're down right now, but they're definitely not out.
6:09 to go in the second quarter. Purples lead 7-0 over the Greenwood Gators. Here's Davis. 2 receivers on either side. He's got a bailout in Kirkwood to his right side. He's trying to avoid the sack, and he's brought down by the Gators for a huge loss all the way back at the Purples 30.
That was number 52. Grant Turner was all over him. They were zigging and zagging, and he just grabbed him up and brought him down.
Grant Turner with his second sack of the season. And just look at the pressure he applies to Anthony Davis. He could have continued with the blocks, but decided to make his own way to the quarterback and ties his second sack of the year. Loss of 21 yards on that play for Davis as he hands it off here to Graham. Trying to bounce off one defender, bounces off 2. Third Gator finally manages to bring him down for a short gain.
Oh, yeah, it was K'Ron Tidwell on the stop on that one. Made sure he couldn't get any more yardage.
So Graham with a short gain here will make it 3rd and 28. Purple's going to hope for another big explosive play like they had in that first quarter from Travey Barber with that 46-yard pass. That would be good enough and then some for a first down here to convert. Crucial 3rd down on the way. Barber's going to be on the left side with 2 receivers out wider, 1 receiver to the right side. It'll be Graham on the right hip of Davis. He's dropping back. He's got Graham to bail him out, but Barber across the flat. Nobody around. He's activating the Jets. Back to the original line of scrimmage before he's knocked out of bounds.
Ooh, man, that defense was set up pretty well, and they thought they were going to have him locked in, but got it right to him right in the middle of the field. Got it to Travey.
19-yard gain. 20-yard gain for Travy Barber on that run will bring up 4th and 9. And though it was an impressive effort, it looks like they'll call a timeout.
And 7, 8 times out of 10, you get the ball to Travy in a situation like that with him running into the center of the defense with nobody around. He catches it. He normally makes a move, makes a twist a turn here, a twist a turn there, and he normally breaks one for an extremely long, which that was, 20 yards, 15, 20 yards there.
Right at it.
So, I mean, normally that would have been, a little farther down the field, closer to the end zone. But right here, Coach Spader's going to decide whether or not, hey, should we go for it? Should we go ahead and punt it?
You're right at midfield. Your defense has done a good job at forcing 3 and outs against Greenwood. But that if you were to go for it here on 4th down and not convert, it would arguably give Greenwood the best field position they've had all night.
Yeah, it would give them the best field position. I don't think they've been over on their side today.
No, I don't think they have.
I don't think they had. And then, of course, we had the one passing attempt. I think they need to start getting that a little bit worked in. And if nothing else, toss it over to Chaney, toss it over to Self, give them an opportunity to make a play when it comes to receiving.
So Bowling Green finding their stride here after a 20-yard pass completion to Travy Barber. That puts him almost nearing 100 yards already in this first half, plus that touchdown.
Man.
You can imagine the numbers.
He misses it, man.
You can imagine the numbers we'd be counting up for Travy Barber had he been playing these first 7 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Coming into tonight. We told you his stats from last season, 1,300 receiving yards, 22 touchdowns receiving through the air in that powerful connection he had with Deuce Bailey over the last 2 seasons. Led him to back-to-back 5A state championships. And now here with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, the Purples look like they're going to try to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 9 at midfield. And another timeout called by Bowling Green as it looked like a lot of the receivers were questioning the call.
A lot of confusion out there. Greenwood was set up with a man-to-man situation, playing a little back from each one of them, trying to keep everybody in front. The way they were set up, all the Purples were going to be right in front of them, and they were going to keep them there, which is very smart. That way you let them dump it 5 yards. They get it 5 yards. If you can close in on them, you got the stop, and then it's your ball, and you're closer to that end zone like you've been wanting to do. The defense has come up pretty good on this series of downs.
Both teams down to their final timeouts with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's still 4th and 9 for the Purples right at midfield, more specifically at Greenwood's 49-yard line, as Mark Spader will keep the Purples offense out on the field to go for it here on 4th and 9. Every other time tonight, the Purples have chosen to either punt it away or, in one specific occasion, they attempted the field goal. That one came up just short, and they still lead 7-0. Here's the snap on 4th and 9. Davis dropping back. Barber to the left side. He's going to air it out deep across the middle. It's hauled in. Travy Barber. Why are you kidding me?
Wow.
What a catch.
Should have known it was going to go down. Wow.
The barber shop is open, and I think he's offering free haircuts because, oh, my goodness, what a catch. No, there's a flag down in the backfield.
Oh, no.
Watch this replay.
Holding.
You can see Davis. There was no question who he was targeting on this play. It's enough for the first down, but the penalty is on the Purples and sends them backwards on what would have been such a clutch play by Travy Barber. Has now rescinded to ashes.
Oh, my gosh. Horrible job of that. I seen the offense. I can't remember what number it was, but the offensive line, I seen him hold. I seen him grab a hold of him to give Anthony give him a chance, man.
And you could see in that Toyota Bowling Green replay how there was nobody else Davis was going to as he connects on the pass. A catch so huge it could have shifted even more the momentum towards the Purples, but that holding call on Bowling Green, an unfortunate one.
Oh, yeah, Roy Bray was right there, and number 19 was right there to make sure that it didn't go any further, but he absolutely went up. Like you said, Coach, I wouldn't have missed that because it was up. It was up there, and it was like the more the ball went up, the more Travy rose up in the air to catch the ball.
And you've noticed as well throughout out the contest. And if you tuned in with us for our pregame show, Travy is still wearing a little bit of an arm brace on that left arm. It's more of a precaution than anything. He is at 100%. It's more there just as a precaution for him and that elbow injury he sustained against Owensboro Catholic. But, man, what could have been on that play for the Purples as they're forced to punt it away here on 4th down. Back to receive is Nathan Self, as that one will land out of bounds. And the Gators will start another offensive drive in their own territory.
That was a good punt by the Purples because Nathan can definitely, if he catches a punt return, he can definitely make the moves, and he's definitely got the speed to cut out for a big one, and that would have been a very big play for Greenwood.
I'm noticing a pattern. It seems that neither team wants those punts to be fielded.
Oh, no.
That's at least what it's looking like to me. They're both like, listen, we respect who you got back there. We're not going to let him touch.
Oh, yeah, both of them have guys that can do great things in open field.
1st and 10. Over the middle is Wyatt, intended for Webb, that one incomplete.
They might have gotten away with a little holding call, a little pass interference there a little bit. But I had seen somebody, 23 there, had grabbed him a little bit, kind of tugged him a little bit, kept him from getting the ball.
So another incompletion, the second pass attempt, second straight for the Gators in offensive efforts. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2 incompletions for Levi Wyatt, who we mentioned a little bit earlier, hasn't had a passing touchdown since week 2 against Warren East. He wants to break that streak tonight. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Wyatt dropping back again. Another pass. He'll send it out deep to the right side. He's got a man at the 47. It's caught past the 50. Purples bring him down in a hurry, but what a huge play for the Gators.
Ooh, I tell you what, if Sledge wasn't there to help it out, he would have been gone a little bit further.
28-yard completion for the Gators, and it could be the momentum shifter here with we take a look at this Toyota Bowling Green replay. Big catch for Max Eisenhower, who we've seen make several big catches in that Barron County game. And here with 3:40 to go, Gators in their best field position they've had all night. 1st and 10. Wyatt off the screen, over the top to Cheney, who's got some space to breathe past the 25, past the 30 to the 25 where he's brought down.
There he goes. That's all they have to do is give him a little space. Cheney train rolling through.
Another 1st down. Fourth 1st down for the Gators in this first half. Brings up another 1st and 10, just shy of the red zone. Gators pulling out all the tricks. Here's the Gators to the line for a 1st and 10. 3:05 to go in the second quarter. In motion is Self. Across the middle. Faking the handoff. Whistle's blown. There is a flag down on the play. Looks like it'll be a false start on Greenwood. So the momentum is there, and a false start may drain the air out of that balloon.
It's that momentum that gets them going, and then to do this right here, to set you back a little bit, all it takes is a little inch back that could stop everything. But let's see how they respond.
1st and 15 with 2:48 to go in the half. Gators with an opportunity to even the score. 2 receivers to the right side. Cheney in motion across the middle. He'll be there for a blocker. They'll hand it off to Self, who loses one Purples defender and gets back right to that original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Gain of 5 for Self, who's carried a heavy workload in this first half.
Montez Trussell has been right there in it. He's been right in the mix almost on every play. He's somewhere around it. He's somewhere on top of the ball, and right there he helped make a terrific stop that was well needed because, as we know, Self, if he gets open, he can make moves out there.
Last play was a gain of 5 by Nathan Self. 2nd and 10 now on the way. Self on the left hip of Levi Wyatt. 2 receivers on the left side as well. Here's Self in motion. QB keeper, wide up the middle. He's brought down at about the 24-yard line in Purple's territory. Gain of 3. As crazy as a stat this is, 3 runs has Levi Wyatt had tonight. All 3 of them have been for exactly 3 yards.
Huh. 3 runs, 3 yards. 3 yards, 3 yards.
3 yards, 3 runs. 3rd and 7. 3 attempts, 3 yards, 3rd down and 7 for Levi Wyatt. Here's the handoff to Self again, who gets tripped up right after grabbing the football. Great defense by Bowling Green.
Malik Colburn.
Coburn with a huge stop off a gain of 1 will bring up 4th and 6.
Last 3 plays, Malik's just been honing in. He said, I will not let you get this touchdown. No Gators allowed.
And it looks to me like the offense is staying on the field.
Ooh.
4th and 6. They're going to try to run the clock out here in the first half. Levi Wyatt with Cheney to his left side. He's going to shift Eisenhower more to the right. Brings him over in motion. Fakes the handoff. Looks across the middle to the flat. He's got a receiver there. He's picked off. Drew Jones with the interception. Heading back the other way. He's tackled at the 14.
Wow.
INT for Drew Jones. As you take a look, this replay courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green. You can see Wyatt throws it across the middle. He had Self there as the intended target, but Drew Jones followed his eyes and brought in the interception.
Oh, he had a couple of guys that he could have hit on that one as well.
That is Drew Jones' first interception of the season. And it comes in a time where it could push them to a district title. 25 seconds to go. Can the Purples strike just before the half? Davis is dropping back, flicks it over the top. He's got Graham there to bail him out. Past the 25, gets to the 27. That's where he'll get brought down, but it'll be enough to move the chains for a blowout first down. At a 13-yard gain completion there for Montravian Graham. Final 10 seconds of the half here. We'll see if the Purples decide to go for it. They'll go for it here on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Dropping back, trying to shake his defenders. Breaks through the middle. He's going to hold on to himself past the 30, and he'll run out of bounds to run out the clock. Purples lead at halftime. 7-0 over the Gators. And since the Purples won that coin toss, they deferred to the second half. They'll have the football right back when the second half resumes. We'll go ahead and step aside, and when we come back, we'll give you key stats, look at a couple of highlights, and try to maybe look ahead to how the rest of this game might play out right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait. The dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated. And from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
We know getting your car serviced isn't exactly your favorite thing to do.
That's why we don't treat it like it's just another job.
You want it done fast without cutting corners.
We get it right the first time.
We've got places to be.
So we move like your schedule depends on it, because it does.
Clear communication, no surprises.
Trust goes further than miles.
Toyota of Bowling Green.
We make servicing your vehicle simple.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to our halftime coverage here at Bowling Green High School as the Purples lead the Gators 7-0 in what could ultimately decide the winner of the second district here in 5A. Bowling Green, of course, leading 7-0 after what was a huge play from Travie Barber. We'll take a look at a couple of key stats here specifically for the offense. Bowling Green looking like the Bowling Green that we're used to seeing. In that first half, 168 total offensive yards, 146 passing, 22 rushing, plus that 7-yard passing touchdown to Travie Barber. Greenwood, on the other hand, only 86 total yards, and all but 2 of their successful offensive plays were rushes, and the largest of those rushes was 8 yards by Nathan Self in that first quarter.
Man, yeah, see, the Bowling Green Purples seem like they have done their homework, as they always do, and have stopped the run, and now it's time for Greenwood to go ahead with that pass game. But Greenwood's run game is going to get moving. It has been moving a little bit, but what they got to do, I feel like, is get the ball out there to Cheney on the outside, get it to Self on the outside, and let them just make plays, just like Bowling Green's letting Travie and letting Graham get plays through the air the way that they do.
Yeah, Cheney we didn't really see get as involved in the offense. In fact, looking down my scoring sheet so far, he's only been involved in 2 plays where he's been the guy in charge of the rock. The rest of that workload has fallen mostly on Nathan Self. Looking down the score sheet from at least our stat keeping, I count Nathan Self's name at least 10 times here. He's got almost 10 rushes already through that first half.
He's been the key. Like you said earlier, you know, they'd always put one or the other. And then today they're letting Self do a lot of the running.
The second half could be where we see that Cheney train leave the station, or maybe arrive at the station, I guess you'd say. See if he can maybe explode onto the scene in the second half. But it's been the Purples who have stepped up to the plate, both on offense and defense. As we take a look at some of those highlights, the one that really got Bowling Green started, back-to-back catches. This one, the reception to number 15, Hudson Nottmeyer, who shakes his way for the first down, sets up Bowling Green in great field position. This was what eventually led to this 7-yard passing touchdown from Davis to Barber. Throws it over the middle as Barber kind of has to hold his hands above him like he's trying to not spill a bucket of water to run across into the end zone. His first touchdown back, his first touchdown of the season. And it comes here in Week 8 in the most crucial of times.
Oh, yeah, the most exciting moment of the day.
And big catch again for Bowling Green. And unfortunately for this one, you could see Davis. He's eyeing down Travie Barber. What a shot by our camera crew, Ian Lewis, down on the field. What a catch, Travie Barber. Ultimately didn't count. It got called back for holding against Bowling Green. But Greenwood got it going a little bit after that huge catch and their punt return, as they got a deep ball pass this time to Max Eisenhower, who finally gets the Gators into Bowling Green territory with a chance to score. But just when it looked like things were looking up, Levi Wyatt trying to force it here on 4th down to end the half, gets picked off by Drew Jones for his first interception of the season.
Man, the defenses have definitely been doing a great job on both sides of the ball. Been containing everyone pretty well, man. I mean, you got on the purple side, Montez Tressel, Embry Dotson, Drew Jones with that big interception, Malik Colburn. Those four right there have definitely just been key ones that have just been on it right now in defense, kind of keeping everything going for the purples. Over on the Gator side, you got Stuart Scott. You got Roy Bray, Cooper Hines. Grant Turner has been a constant. He got that sack earlier, and he's just been a constant gnat and a fly in the face of Anthony Davis, man. The defenses have definitely doing their jobs right now, and there's just been a lot of big plays that have happened during the beginning of this game.
And there's been a lot of big plays that have kind of turned the other way. There was one off the initial snap of the game where we were like, all right, let's see, do they target Travie Barber at first? And not only did they target him, they let him throw the pass. Yeah. He's hit throwing the pass, and it's nearly picked off by Roy Bray, who almost had it raindrop just right into his lap and just couldn't hold on to it. That could have been arguably the biggest momentum shifter, as the Gators would have had it at the Purple's 35.
Man, that's why he's on defense. He's not a receiver. Oh, man, yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Just seeing Travie get back in the groove of things. Just, I know practice is practice, but a game is totally different. Him getting in there and getting back to feeling comfortable. It's been, 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks now? I mean, like, it's been forever.
6 or 7.
It feels forever, you know what I'm saying? So with Travie coming back in and them using him the way that they know how to use Travie and the way that they always do, and all the players that they have, man, the Purples are doing an excellent job. Greenwood's doing an excellent job. It's just the momentums just keep switching for both of them, and it just got to take a little more advantage, both teams.
I think the biggest shocker here is potentially the lowness of the score, and not even just that, the Purples are leading, but that they're only leading 7-0, because we know how strong that their offense has been and their capabilities, and history would tell you that this game you're going to see a lot more trips to the end zone.
Oh, yeah. Second half for sure is where it's going to be, because in both of these teams this year, what we've seen, the second half is where they start to take off.
It's a 5A battle with a chance for a district title. If Greenwood takes home the win, it would be their first district championship since 2009. But for Bowling Green, it's the hopes of keeping a season alive. We'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll continue your halftime coverage right here as the Purples lead 7-0 at halftime over the Greenwood Gators here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
welcome you back to halftime coverage here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week as the Bowling Green Purples lead 7-0 over their 5A district rivals, the Greenwood Gators. Here at the half, currently down on the field, as you can see, the Bowling Green Purples band being honored here this afternoon. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's senior night for the band, so getting honored here in front of a huge crowd that the Purples have gathered here today for a Week 8 matchup against the Greenwood Gators. Couple of more games after this will wrap up their seasons, but Bowling Green hoping to take a win tonight to keep their season alive, so to speak, and have hopes for a yet another postseason run. A couple of minutes here before the teams make their way back out onto the field, and as we welcome you back in, we'll give you some score updates throughout the region. Of course, here at Bowling Green, the Purples lead 7-0 over the Gators. At Central Hardin are the South Warren Spartans, and they're already in the fourth quarter with a running clock. The Spartans lead 49-0 over the Bruins. Warren Central's at Grayson County. At halftime, Grayson County leads the Dragons 17-6 at the half. Paducah Tillman's at Warren East just across town, and Paducah Tillman leads 21-6 at the half over the Raiders. Macon County, Tennessee is visiting Barron County, and they lead the Trojans 22-14 at the half. Glasgow, it looks like that district title is all but sealed at halftime. Running clock in effect. They lead LaRue County 42-0. The Scotties are making history this season, and looks like they have all but claimed yet another district title, and arguably one of the favorites to take home that 3A state title this year. What would be their first state championship ever in program history under first-year head coach Jackson Arnett. Into the first quarter between Butler County and Hart County. At Hart County, both teams tied up 0-0, so it's kind of similar to how we are here at Bowling Green, how that first quarter played out. And Adair County is at Edmonson County at the half. The Indians lead. Is it the Bears? I forget Edmonson County's mascot. It's beside me. I've done.
I want to say Bears, but I'm not sure.
Adair County, either way, leads Edmonton County 24-14 at the half. And then final score update here from the region: Russellville hosting Caverna, and it's the Panthers that lead Caverna 7-6 at the half.
Look like some good football going on right around the region.
Lots of football going on here on a picturesque Friday night, but now the sun is down, the sky is dark, and the lights are on here at Bowling Green High School. Purples lead 7-0 over the Gators, and our coverage not done. We still got a couple more weeks of coverage, and that continues next week as we head down Nashville Road to see a matchup between the South Warren Spartans and the Daviess County Panthers. Another 6A matchup for the Spartans as they continue their push to their first year, looking like, especially in that Central Hardin score, that they're going to remain undefeated, and what could possibly be for them as well a push to the 6A state championship game.
Yeah, the Spartans are looking really good right now, man. We should all get behind them in this 6A. They're the only team around here in 6A, so let's push them forward, man. They're looking really good, and man, I'm just excited about how they're doing in 6A right now. A lot of people didn't think they were going to be where they are.
No, I think a lot of people maybe said, listen, they're going to lose Bryce Button to graduation. There's going to be a couple other key players that are going to be graduating, but little did they expect. You return Caden York, primary running back. You return Jake Carter, the leading wide receiver, who has upped his game so much this season. And you have essentially a two-quarterback system in Camden Page and Chase Bell, who function as such a strong unit. You oftentimes question whether or not they swap out their quarterbacks because you couldn't tell a difference.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say right there. You have a situation where you can have two quarterbacks that you can alternate like two running backs. I mean, it's absolutely amazing what they got going over there, and they are really giving it to the 6A class right now.
Both teams have made their way back out onto the field to stretch and warm up for this second half as the Purples lead 7-0 at half. Whether you're listening over the radio waves or via our live stream on either YouTube or Facebook, or listening on the Point Rocks app, the Point Rocks website, or over the radio waves at 98.1 and 98.3 The Point, we appreciate you for tuning in. Of course, a thank you as always to our sponsors, the Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Morgantown Bank and Trust, the Blowout Co., Edmonton State Bank, Toyota Bowling Green, State Farm Agent Will Coker, and NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. It's with their support and you all watching at home that it's possible to get out here to the fields every Friday night, where we've been able to bring you all this awesome coverage from our Seven Mountains sports team. Ian Lewis down on the field cam, been bringing you a lot of these great highlight shots that you've been seeing tonight, especially that first Edmonton State Bank touchdown, courtesy of Travie Barber, with a triumphant return, and could be an even more explosive second half here for Barber.
Oh, yeah, and we know Ian's going to get those great shots. He's going to be right there on. He's always right there in the face of every touchdown, man. He always does a great job, man. These Purples are looking to come out, like you said. They're ready to take the momentum right here, getting the ball back in the first of this half. And let's see what they're going to do with it. But the Greenwood Gators defense is not going to just sit back and just let the Purples do whatever they want to do to them.
Not total parity in this matchup so far. Bowling Green leads by far in the yards category, plus obviously with that touchdown. But Greenwood not too far out of the hunt. Both teams with an equal turnover apiece, but arguably that turnover for Greenwood was maybe a little bit more of a momentum shifter than the Purples was.
Oh, yeah. That turnover was really was something that just kind of moved things a little differently for them and got them on their way.
As we look back, let's take a look again at this interception that basically ended the first half here. You see Wyatt, he kind of has to haul in the high snap and in a hurry to get the ball out to Nathan Self. It's Drew Jones who finds the read and picks him off, and that effectively ended the first half here. Drew Jones putting it away as he hauled in his first interception of the season out there in the secondary. 17 tackles on the year as well there for Drew Jones as both teams head back out onto the field here. And the real question here, Hamp, is will the Gators respond or will Bowling Green try to run up the score?
I think it's going to be a little of both. Bowling Green knows what's at stake here. Again, this loss could mean so much if they did. For Greenwood, this win would mean so much that I believe that they're looking at it as, let's not put our heads down. We are so close to something that has never been done. Let's be the first to get it done. 36
all-time meetings. This is the 37th here tonight. And the Gators, if they were to win, it would be their first win against the Purples in program history. It's Kyle Sledge on the return past the 35, and he's brought down at the 38-yard line in Purples territory. So a decent return there by Kyle Sledge. Gators doing their job, keeping them on Bowling Green's end of the field.
Definitely great job by the Gators, making sure that they didn't cross over to where the Purples have been most of the night, keeping them right there in front of them. Now is the time to respond and make sure that they don't get that pass thrown over the top, because now Bowling Green's does so well on both sides that they don't know, what's really going to happen, keeping the defense honest.
You're going to notice Travie Barber on your screen if you're watching on our live stream. He's at the very bottom of your screen there. You see that black and white lacing down his left arm as Graham breaks off on a huge run past the chains into Greenwood territory. That'll be a blowout first down for the Purples. But you'll notice Barber, he's still got that arm brace on his left arm. He's got that white line of the brace rolling down the left side of his arm. He just slightly dislocated that elbow in week 1 against Owensboro Catholic and actually did it trying to protect one of his fellow receivers who was running downfield and was just trying to block for him, and not something you see a lot of the time from receivers who try to protect their own bodies. But Trevi's not one of those guys. He's willing to put his body out there on the line to make sure the best possible play happens.
Definitely a selfless player, always ready to help out his teammates.
Graham with a 1-yard run to open up the second half for Bowling Green. Graham still lined up alongside the left hip of Anthony Davis, the freshman quarterback, as he has most of the night. 3 receivers down to the bottom of your screen to the left side of Davis. 2nd and 9 on the way. Here's a handoff again. Another run to Graham, who makes his way up the A-gap and plenty of room to breathe. Again, past the chains. He's past the 35, past the 30. Still got some blockers down at the 20-yard line.
Good run by Trey Graham. TBT had to run him down and catch him there. Bailey Thomas.
Tristan Bailey Thomas had to chase him down, but it's a 31-yard run from Travian Graham. With about 10 and a half minutes to go in this third quarter, Bowling Green rolling with the punches. They found the system and the momentum that works for them.
Oh, yeah, Greenwood's defense has been sitting back in a more of a zone set, expecting to pass, but they've been doing great both ways.
1st and 10 on the way. Here's the pitch off for the Purples down inside the 20. Gators are quick to bring down Zyreek Burton, the freshman running back. Off a little pitch to the right side. It looks like it's a gain of 3 on the play there for the freshman.
Casey Coleman was actually on the hunt for that one right there. Hadn't called his name much tonight, but he's actually been around the ball almost every play. He's on the hunt. He's been putting pressure on the quarterback.
Burton with his first play with the offense tonight. It's a 3-yard gain, or a 2-yard gain, rather, for the Purples. Bring up 2nd and 8 inside the red zone. Here's a snap for Davis. He's looking across to his right. He got a receiver down at the 13-yard line. Another solid gain brings up 3rd down. That pass complete for 5 yards. Will bring up 3rd and 3.
Roy Bray was actually right there with him to make that stop, which was actually a good job because it could have turned into another touchdown, and that's not what the Gators are wanting right now.
Reed Garthright was on the reception for 5 yards, and now keep an eye on Travy Barber at the bottom of your screen to the left side. Here's Davis in motion. He's going to have Barber in the corner, but Davis trying to escape, and he's hauled down in a hurry. Big old sack for the Gators.
Grant Turner again. I told you, Grant Turner's been on the hawk, and he gets him another sack. That's 2 on the night.
3rd sack of the season for Grant Turner. As we take a look back, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green, he's been the primary pressure on Anthony Davis, it seems like, all night long. Loss of 11 and a huge play for the Gators to stop the rolling momentum from the Purples as they enter the red zone. It'll now bring up 4th and 14 at the Gators' 23-yard line. And it looks like the Purples are going to go for it here on 4th down. 8.5 minutes to go. Davis dropping back on 4th down. He's going to sling it over the left side to Kirkwood, who looks like he caught it, spins his way into the end zone. Touchdown!
Wow. It was a repeat of the same way Travy caught his 7-yard touchdown. Hands in the air, holding it up like a bucket of water, trying not to spill a drop.
Look at this replay, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. Ethan Kirkwood with his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. Look how he does it. Does a little spin cycle to shake off the defenders.
Travy had the bucket of water. Kirkwood had the washing machine ready to go. They're just washing it up right now. Good night.
2nd touchdown of the game for the Purples. A chance to make the lead 14-0 with a PAT on the way from Gonzalez. That one is up, no question about it. That one is good. 14-0, the lead for the Purples with 8:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ethan Kirkwood putting them in a spin cycle.
That was amazing.
Can you believe it?
That was amazing. The Bowling Green Purples hit them and hit them hard right here. Now let's see how the Greenwood Gators are going to respond.
We'll step aside and see if the Gators can respond when we come back here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back here to your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Bowling Green running up the score 14-0 as they strike for the 2nd time tonight with a spin cycle touchdown. 23-yard pass complete from Davis to Kirkwood. Kirkwood's 3rd receiving touchdown of the year, and Anthony Davis's 11th of the season, as that one goes all the way back. And the Gators with a chance to respond here with about 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We could take a look back at it here shortly, but man, what a play that Anthony Davis was able to get off as he was trying to escape the pressure, and Ethan Kirkwood in double coverage. Just like you said, put his hands up, trusted the ball would find his way in the bucket, and sure enough, it landed.
Right in it.
First snap of this drive for the Gators as Davis Chaney finds his breathing room and trips up past the 30, but it'll be enough to move the chains for a blowout first down.
Ooh, I tell you what, the spirits are coming up out of the graveyard here on this October evening, because that's twice that Chaney has been tripped up on something that could have been major. So those ghosts are grabbing those ankles and saying, no, you cannot go.
The ghosts of Purple's past, I think, are wreaking havoc in this turf right now with about 8 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 on the way. Purple's lead 14-0. Gators trying to respond from their own 32. Into motion is Eisenhower. He had a big game against Barron County. Here's the fake handoff to Cheney as Levi Wyatt's on the QB keeper past the 35. It looks like it'll be a gain of about 4.
They've used that quarterback keeper. That's the fourth time they've done that quarterback keeper. He's getting some pretty decent little yards off of him. We just said 3 yards per.
Basically, right now, I guess about 4 now with that 5-yard run. He had 3 attempts for each of those 3 yards, and that time his 4th rushing attempt for a gain of 5 sets him up at 2nd and 5. A little over 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here's the handoff to Cheney. Train trying to leave the station, but he's brought down quick right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 3 for 44.
Man, and Davis, he's moving hard. The Cheney train is moving hard and trying to get through there. But you got Montez Tressel, who was right there ready to stop it like Superman, holding on to the train as it's trying to come down the tracks.
Crucial third down here. It'll be 3rd and 2 with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Bowling Green lagging behind and getting set in the defense. Set just before the snap. 3rd and 2 to Cheney, who looks like he got tripped up just before he crossed the plane. He was down a yard short. It'll be 4th and 1.
Oh, will they go for it right here? That's the question.
4th and 1.
They're going.
6:15 to go, and the Gators are going for it.
Purples look like they're expecting pass the way they're set up in their defense. They got everybody back off the ball.
Wyatt's connected on 2 completions tonight, plus an interception. Here's Cheney trying to force it up the middle. He may have just broken the forward progress. I think they're going to spot him, saying he got just enough. No. It looks like he could be just short. We'll wait and see. It looks like they may.
I think they're going to bring the chains on this one.
They're going to bring the chains out, I think, to measure this one. From here, it looks like he just got it.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's right on it. Yeah, right, just barely over it, maybe about an inch or 2 over it.
Right on it, the white hat signals it on. No need to bring the chains off the field. And that'll move them for another blowout first down for the Gators.
Purples fans are obviously upset. Something that was so close, but it was there.
1st and 10. Once again on the way here from the Gators 42. Across the flat. That one complete to Howard, who gets the first down into Purple's territory. Now at the Purple's 44.
These are the type of plays that they're going to have to start doing, are dumping them right, these little short passes right in the middle of the field where there's wide open spaces. They catch Bowling Green in that zone, and they'll keep making plays just like that.
It's only Griffin Howard's 6th completed reception of the year. He's also got 2 touchdowns on the season. He's been a red zone threat primarily for the Gators all year long. 1st and 10. Hand off to Cheney. Cheney makes his way up the left side. He's got space inside the 30, inside the 25. He's broken up down at the 24. Cheney chains are rolling, and that's 3 straight first downs for the Gators.
And it's always a matter of when it comes to Locomotive 44 moving through.
We questioned how the workload would shift in the second half for the running backs, and so far Nathan Self has not touched the rock. This half it's been all the Cheney train. Here's the handoff to Cheney again up the left side, who jumps over a defender inside the 10, broken up down at the 6. There goes Davis Cheney for another blowout first down. 4 straight for the Gators. The Gators are on a roll.
Jet Reynolds, that's twice he's made the tackle, but he can only do so much by himself right now.
Looks like about a 16-yard run there for Cheney. Back-to-back runs of 15 or more yards. 4 straight first downs for the Gators. They've got the momentum on their side with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, trailing 14-0 to the Purples. Here's the pitch off to Cheney. Open field, down at the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Ooh, Jet Reynolds again saves that tackle right there. That was a good option. Had it wide open. They had the box stacked. They had the defense, had the line stacked in that goal line defense. Thought everything was coming straight up the middle, but it was a good trickery on that option.
This Purples defense is strong at the goal line and in the red zone. And right now the Gators have the momentum. Lining up in the shotgun is Wyatt with receivers on either side and Cheney on his right hip. 2nd and 2. And goal. That ball is snapped over the top. Wyatt has to haul it in, and that's going to be a huge loss and put the Gators back at the 15.
Oh, It's like they got too excited. It's like they knew that it was touchdown is in sight. Now they're back, 10, 15, 10, 11 yards, 12 yards.
It's like a loss of 13, give or take, on the play. Looks like actually about a loss of 10. As you see that ball just snapped right over, looked like it went right over Levi Wyatt's left shoulder. And he just wasn't anticipating it to be over that direction. But the Gators still with a chance to score here. It's 3rd and 13. That's how much they need for the goal. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. In motion. Here's the Gators. Chipping it over the top. Chaney's caught it. Justin, I think he's brought down at the 1. This is going to be close. The officials might have seen it differently, but it looks like he's going to be called down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Gators, and they're wasting no time. Looks like they may go for it here.
Great stop by Jet Reynolds being there.
Chaney with the reception, 12 yards, and 4 straight plays offensively for the Chaney train, and a chance to punch it in at the 1-yard line. He did it at Barron County 2 weeks ago to try to get on the board. Chaney up the middle, breaks the plane, touchdown Greenwood.
Man, there it was. Never gave up hope, didn't put their heads down, except for to get into the end zone with it. The Chaney train just crossed the station.
5 straight plays for Davis Chaney, both on the ground and through the air, and it resulted in this 1-yard touchdown on this replay, courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green. Breaks the plane. No doubt about that one. It's hard to stop Davis Chaney on the direct snap at the 1.
Oh, yeah. The freshman Jet Reynolds, he did a very good job keeping him contained right there. Every time Chaney made a move, he was right there for it, but just couldn't do nothing with him on that one.
Here's Graham Smothers with a PAT on the way. That one's up, and it is good. He is 19 for 21 on the season. Almost perfect for Graham Smothers as the Gators finally get on the board here in the third quarter, but still trail the Purples 14-7 with about 2.5 minutes to go. And we'll see if the Purples decide to continue to run up the score. We'll take ourselves a break right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back here to Bowling Green High School for your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. About 2.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. We welcome you back in, whether you're listening over the radio waves or on our live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and on the Point Rocks app and website. We've got about 2.5 minutes to go here. Looked like the Gators went for that onside kick, but the Purples scoop it up, and they'll start another drive right here at midfield.
Wow, I didn't expect an onside kick right off the bat. I mean, we got, 2 minutes, 36 seconds left in the third. I guess they're figuring, hey, we might as well try to get it now.
Great coverage our team has been bringing you all night long. Ian Lewis down on the field, and back at the station, Matthew Clark, our producer-director, getting us on the air tonight, making sure you see all these awesome shots. And what a night it's been, as it's still a one-possession game here between the Purples and the Gators. No doubt we've probably not seen the last of the scoring. The average score over the 36 meetings before this one between these two teams resulted in a 42-7 win for the Purples. But right now it's a 14-7 lead for Bowling Green as a huge breakaway run for the Purples goes ahead and moves the chains. That's Montravian Graham.
Ooh, and that's what he's going to keep doing as long as the Gators allow it to happen. And they're going to trick them into stacking up the box again, having everybody in front, and then they'll go back over the top again, hitting Travey or hitting Kirkwood and putting it in the end zone. Gators just have to stay grounded.
Another blowout first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Gators 37-yard line, rather, for Bowling Green. In motion is Barber. They're going to pitch it off to him as he heads up the right side, shaking his way with a couple of blocks past the 35, and looks like he's brought down around the 31 for a gain of 7.
It's amazing how he takes his time and waits for the hole to open up, waits for it to clear open like he just did there, made his way through it and got him a few extra yards where if he'd have rushed it, it would have stopped out. It would have stopped a little more instant and he would have had about 2 or 3 yards less.
Gain of 5 on that play for Barber. It'll be 2nd and 5 here for Bowling Green. 15 seconds on the play clock. Minute 30 to go in the third quarter. Purples lead by 7. Here's the snap and the extended handoff to Graham, who drags his way past the 30 and past the marker for another blowout first down. 7-yard run there for Graham, who muscled his way to that one.
Trey is on the move.
Clock still winding down in this third quarter. 1:15 to go. Bowling Green running clock and opportunity down away from the Gators here as they'll snap the ball from Greenwood's 24. 1st and 10. Graham in motion to the left. Davis with plenty of time. He's going to try to break his way up the middle. Spins off a sack. Holds on to the football. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Grant Turner on the grab who tripped up Anthony Davis. A loss of 1 on the play for Anthony Davis. You take a look back at this replay, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. And you see Grant Turner there just getting a touch on the shoulder of Anthony Davis, and Casey Coleman comes in to finish the job. So a loss of 1 there for 19. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter as the Purples will try to wind it out to one more play. 5 seconds on the play clock. Here's a snap to Davis. Dropping back. He's got 3 receivers to the left side. They're off in motion. Here's Davis breaking away, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it's Karen Tidwell who brings him down. Make it 3rd and 10. But that run by Anthony Davis will conclude the third quarter. The Bowling Green drive is still alive from the 24. 3rd and 10 it'll be when we come back for the start of the fourth quarter. It's the Purples who lead 14-7 as we start the fourth and final frame here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
You don't just work here.
You show up and you grow.
And to serve your customers well.
We're not just selling cars, we're selling careers and relationships.
Start of the fourth quarter here between the Bowling Green Purples and the Greenwood Gators. It's the Purples up 14-7 over their 5A district rivals. Some scores around the region. End of the third quarter, Glasgow leads LaRue County 42-0, looking to clinch a district title. And a couple other scores. Somerset leads in the third quarter 35-7, and Callaway leads ACS 14-6 at halftime. Fourth quarter underway as Anthony Davis on the way with 3rd and 10. Shifting off to his left side. He's got a couple receivers there, and he'll pitch that one away. It looks like it might be intentional grounding, but they're not going to call it. They'll say it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 10.
He might have gotten out of the pocket just enough to get it over there, too.
Breached his way out of the pocket to the left side, and that'll be called incomplete. Reed Gothright, one of the receivers who's got a couple receptions tonight, made his way back to the sideline shortly after the play, shaking his head. Understood maybe where the play fell apart there. And it looks like the Bowling Green offense is staying on the field here for 4th and 10.
Uh-oh, the crowd's loving it.
The cheer squad is leading the cheers from the Bowling Green grandstands for a 4th and 10 conversion. Here's Barber in motion. To the right side now. One receiver to the left. Graham there to block. looking for Barber across the middle. Davis in motion. He's going to flip it off to Graham. That one forced out of bounds. Will not convert. Turnover on downs to Greenwood.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Greenwood brought a lot of pressure. They held back a little bit, stayed back, stayed in the zone, and they had a couple of guys coming right in at him, Roy Bray being one of them that was ready to take down Davis.
11:47 to go in this fourth quarter, and a big defensive stop there on fourth down. Take a look at this replay. Davis just trying to escape all that pressure, dumped it off to Graham, who couldn't come down with the completion. And that'll be a turnover on downs to the Gators, who will now snap it from their own 24. Fourth and final frame, and the Gators have control of the football to try to tie things up. Here's the snap, 1st and 10, handoff to Nathan Self, who didn't see any touches in that third quarter, and what a rest he had, breaks away for a first down.
Wow. Not a matter of if, but when it comes to Nathan Self, and he did not hold back.
About a 13-yard run there for Self. That's his first touch of the rock this half. The rest on that last scoring drive for Greenwood all came from Davis Cheney. 11 and a half minutes to go. Here are the Gators out of the shotgun. One receiver to the right side. Shifting in motion. Self now on the left hip. Howard, Eisenhower, and Cheney now on the right side of the line. Here's the snap. Handoff to Self. He's going to have some blockers there. Tries to cut back up the middle. Gets to the 45 where he stopped.
Montez Trussell was there to make the stop on that one. He said, not this time, young man, not this time.
2-yard gain for Nathan Self that time. It'll be, or 3-yard gain rather. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Gators. Montez Trussell on the stop. He's been impactful all night for the defense. He was an all-state honorable mention. Got an offer from Georgetown College, and he's been making an impact here in his senior season as Self breaks away down the sideline. Looks like he got the first down. No, it'll be just short.
Just short.
Bring up 3rd and 1. 6-yard gain for Self. 3 straight plays for the senior running back.
This is where Bowling Green does not need to relax. The Greenwood Gators have figured out how they were going to do their run game, and they are executing it absolutely on point right now.
It'll be 3rd and 1, and Levi Wyatt will have both backs on either hip, one receiver to the left side. We'll see what the Gators go for to try to convert on 3rd and 1. Hand it off to Self, breaches the plane. That'll shift the chains for a blowout first down. Possible the ball came out. A couple of purples saying that they have the football, but the Gators seem confident that they recovered it. If they did, it should be just enough to move the chains. Take a look at the replay, courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green.
Oh, first down.
And it looks like it will be recovered by the Gators, and that is enough for the first down.
This is the first down.
So the ball was fumbled by the Gators, but then recovered.
So I wonder, with the ball coming back on that fumble, with it going backwards, even though they had crossed the first down line.
Does that count as the end of forward motion, or does it reset because of the fumble?
Right.
Assuming they got it all across the plane either way. But here's Wyatt again, the handoff to Self, who runs headstrong into a wall of purples, who force him backwards for gain of 2.
Ooh, it was a host of purples ready and waiting for anything that came to that outside, close to the away side. And everyone was there to make sure that nothing happened.
Now, we saw this with Cheney in the 3rd quarter, where he had about 6 straight plays where he held on to the rock. We're now at 5 straight for Nathan Self. He could make it 6. 9.5 minutes to go in the 4th and final quarter. Here's Self on the snap. Handoff to Cheney, who breaks the streak of Nathan Self. He'll get past the 45. It looks like he'll get down at the 44-yard line in Purple's territory. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. So a 2-yard gain for Davis Cheney, who breaks up the Nathan Self streak. Back to the sideline for the Gators was Will Crutcher in favor of Cade Webb, the sophomore receiver. 2 receivers to the left side, including Webb there. He'll have Cheney on the left hip. Here's the snap for Wyatt. Fakes the handoff, tosses it over the top. He's got Howard past the first down marker. Move the chains for the Gators. Blowout coat first down.
Tell you what, these purples, one thing I can say, I mean, the Greenwood Gators are on the move, but the purples have, I noticed that their tackling has been a little different than it was in the beginning of the year. They're actually wrapping up and holding on. I see a couple of plays that could have extended into touchdowns.
Gators still trail 14-7 to the purples, but 8.5 minutes left to go, and the Gators are rolling with the run game. 1st and 10 from the purples' 34. Hand off to Cheney. Cheney finds himself a hole in the A-gap, and he's breaking away. Finally tripped up inside the 20. Gators to the red zone.
There he goes. Choo-choo, baby. The training train is on the way. And again, number 44, is that 44 or 14 made the stop?
15-yard run there for Davis Cheney. We'll bring up 1st and 10 at the purples' 19. 8 minutes to go in this 4th and final quarter. Gators trying to even up the score. In motion is Eisenhower. Here's Wyatt with the handoff to Cheney. Again breaking away. Spins his way past the 10, past the 5, down at the 3-yard line. Ooh. Davis Cheney, the train is rolling.
The train is on the way, and anybody in his way is getting rolled over.
16-yard run that time for Davis Cheney, who gets the Gators down to the 3. 1st and goal to the 3, and it'll be a direct snap to Davis Cheney with 7.5 minutes to go in this 4th and final quarter.
Oh.
And we'll get a timeout potentially called here. Looked like a flag was... They're waving off the flag. There was a flag thrown, but they're going to wave it off.
Oh, I was going to say, if Greenwood messed this up, they are knocking at the door.
1st and goal from the 3. Here's Davis Cheney on the direct snap, heading up the right side. I think he got about a yard out of it. No, I think they'll say no gain on it. Looks like it. Well, I was seeing if they moved the board, but it looks like they're going to say no gain that time for Cheney. That'll bring up 2nd and goal once again from the 3. Another direct snap to Davis Cheney. He's going to have to muscle this one home. Here's the snap. Up the middle, he's got a couple of blockers, so push from behind.
Oh,
Davis
he walks
Cheney
it
across
in.
the plane. He walks it in for a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
2nd Edmonton State Bank touchdown of the night. Davis Cheney and the Cheney train roll in for a 3-yard touchdown.
Here we are, y'all. Here we are. It's about to be 0-0 if they make this kick.
That is the 4th straight game now for Davis Cheney with at least 2 touchdowns.
This young man is on a roll. Call him butter.
Graham Smothers up for the PAT, will tie the game. PAT's up. And that one is good. Graham Smothers ties the game 14-14 with 6:52 to go in the 4th quarter. It's a tie ball game, Hamp.
Oh, my gosh. It looks like who wants it more at the end?
Who's going to want it? We're going to find out with inside 7 minutes to go. Davis Cheney strikes once again for a 3-yard rushing touchdown to even up the score. We'll step aside and see who can come away with this one on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to Bowling Green High School. It's a tie ball game, 14-14 between the Purples and the Gators. For the Gators, this would be the clinching win for a 14th district, or I say 14th district. I'm getting ahead of basketball.
The
2nd district championship. If the Gators can pull off the win, they've been behind all game until now, where we're all tied up at 14-14 inside. 7 minutes to go in the 4th and final quarter. Graham Smothers will kick this football back to Bowling Green. And it's going to be scooped up by Drew Jones on the return, past the 30, past the 35, dragging a man with him past the 40. Good field position to start this drive here for Bowling Green.
I'm shocked they didn't kick it to where it would be a streamline so it hit the ground, getting nobody a chance to run it back.
Some moments you might see as these teams move across your screen out to the top right, the Greenwood student section. You see a lot of white T-shirts. They have Ghostbusters-themed T-shirts on coming into tonight. And through that first half, they may have thought, well, I'm not sure we're doing a whole lot of ghost-busting, but right now, 14-14, all tied up. Davis Chaney finding his footing here in the fourth quarter, gets his fourth straight game with 2 touchdowns. 6:46 to go. Here, over the top, that one intended. Looks like it's picked off. No, interception. Looked like Beck Smith picked off the tip pass to Travey Barber, but they're going to call it incomplete.
Wow.
And boos echoing from the Greenwood side of the field. Take a look at this replay from our cam op Ian Lewis. He loses the ball there on the tip. But Beck Smith, it looked like he caught the football.
I thought he had it. I was all for it. I was all for it. Wow.
They'll call it incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Anthony Davis will have 3 receivers to the left side. They'll hand it off to Graham, who loses 1 defender. Now past the 50 into Gators territory. He's got a blocker there before he finally heads out of bounds.
Ooh, good run by Graham. The defense was expecting another pass, had everybody out there waiting for it in the zone, but Graham made his moves, got to the outside, and made a first down.
A little over 15 yards, the run there for Montravian Graham. Had some blocking help there from Hudson Notmeyer to get those extra yards. And now the Purples will snap it 1st and 10 from the Gators 42. It's like a piece of equipment down on the field. I think it was the Purples mouth guard. It's like Hudson Notmeyer's.
Well, how your mouthpiece come off of your...
Detached from his helmet strap, it looked like.
Wow.
But either way, we're back underway. 1st and 10 with 6.5 minutes to go in regulation. Off the screen to Barber, who's got plenty of space to breathe down inside the 30. He's brought down at the 25, and a flag was thrown late. We'll see. It looked like it may be a false start. I saw a false start call. Montravian Graham throwing up his hands from the original point of the snap. Ethan Kirkwood showing frustration as well, as this will send the Purples backwards. Another costly penalty here in crunch time.
This is what you do not want at this point in time in the game. We got 6 minutes left. The momentum is in your favor at the moment, and then you get called for a penalty.
Purples heading back to the line. It'll be 1st down and 8 after the false start. 6:15 to go in the 4th and final quarter. Tied up 14-14. Purple's trying to retake the lead. They've never scored less than 21 all time playing against Greenwood. Trying to continue that streak. Here's Graham on the run. He's brought down quick in the backfield by the Greenwood Gators.
Stuart Scott said, no way, sir. You cannot come out there on the outside and get further than what you did.
Loss of 2 on that run from Montravian Graham. Makes it 2nd and 10 with 5:45 to go in the 4th and final quarter. Hamp, we could see overtime.
Oh, man, it's almost looking that way. It's almost certain, and I'm rather shocked by the situation at the moment.
2nd and 10. In motion is Gathright. Here's Davis, dropping back. He's going to pitch it over the top. It's caught by Graham. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but the Gators say no, sir. They're going to stop him at the 39.
Not enough room when you got Roy Bray and the rest of the group, KC, Coleman, and the rest coming in and making the stops like they do right there. They're picking up on these plays, and they are making their presence felt.
3-yard completion for Montravian Graham. Reed Gathright heading back to the sidelines in favor of Zyreek Burton, the freshman running back. We saw him in the game earlier. He had a little pitch play that had a game of about 2 yards. So 2 freshmen are lined up behind that offensive line. Freshman quarterback of Anthony Davis, the freshman running back of Zyreek Burton. 3rd and 7. Here's Davis pitching it over to the top. That one's caught by Barber. Gators quick to bring him down. That's Roy Bray on the tackle.
good job by them by the Greenwood Gators keeping the play right in front of them so that they can't get that first down. But now they're 3 yards away from getting it.
Gain of 5 on that pass to Barber. Barber is coming out, at least for the time being. He still looks to be okay, but Bowling Green will call a timeout. 4:05 to go in regulation. We'll look back at this interception from earlier, or rather what wasn't an interception, but looked like it might have been for the freshman Beck Smith in the backfield. You see the official, he says, no, that one's incomplete. It was down. And that could have been a big turning point. And again here, the run.
The table collapsed under.
It looks like something collapsed. Was that Travy?
Yes, that was. The table, he sat down on the medical table, and the table just collapsed under. They got his leg up now. Looks like they're trying to stretch him out.
It looked like for potentially a moment. I think he's standing now. Kirkwood's down there as well. So Travy now on the sideline.
He may be okay. Just might be needs to stretch that out. The table coming down on him. He had the equipment on, so maybe he's protected. Hopefully his elbow is okay.
I didn't see him grasping it. It looked more like a leg cramp.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be a cramp on that left leg. But here we are back again. Davis with a pass completion to Graham, and the Gators stuff him. They're going to stop him on 4th down. No gain for Greenwood, or no gain for Bowling Green, and the Gators side of the field is ecstatic.
Man, you got the fans, you got everybody running up and down along the fence. Oh man, they are excited because this at 3 minutes and 57 seconds left, this could change.
This could change everything now with a turnover on downs. Inside the final 4 minutes, the ball is in the Gators' hands. It's their game to lose now with 3:57 to go. All tied up 14-14. It'll be 1st and 10 for Greenwood at their own 34. This drive could mean history. 36 meetings all time, and never once has Greenwood come away with the win. Here's the pitch off to Cheney. He'll get past the 35, brought down at about the 38-yard line. Gain of 4 that time for Davis Cheney, who again is on a streak for this offense. 5 straight plays now when Greenwood has possession of the football for Davis Cheney, including the touchdown.
Bowling Green Purples have to make a stop this drive right here, but if the Greenwood Gators continue on to doing what they're doing, it's going to be one.
Greenwood's going to have 2 receivers to the left side. Here's the snap. Handoff again to Cheney, his 6th straight snap. Trying to shake defenders. Gets past that marker and to the 40-yard line. Looks like a gain of 2 for 44.
Bowling Green Purples are doing a great job on defense right now. They're containing them. They're not letting them get too many yards. It's 3rd down. They're going to have to make this hold right here. If they don't make this hold, could be going on to the other side of the H.
This is crucial. 3rd and 4 for Greenwood in the final 3 minutes. If they don't convert here, they risk giving Bowling Green the football back with chance to score. 3rd and 4. In motion is Eisenhower. Here's the snap. Again, they rely on Cheney. Cheney up the right side. He's brought down just short. It'll be 4th and 1. Gain of 3 for Cheney.
Logan Johnson and Cheney meets up together, and Logan wins that battle, although Cheney was not stopping those legs from moving. Luckily, he folded him up a little bit and was able to push him down, stop him for 1 yard left to go.
2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The clock is winding down in regulation. It's 4th and 1. This is a crucial down. In their own territory, the Gators will snap it from their own 44. Direct snap to Cheney on 4th and 1. Final 2 minutes of regulation. Tied up 14-14. Here's the Cheney train. Off to the right side. Bounces off a defender. No, continues to make his way. He gets brought down. Turnover on downs to Bowling Green.
Woo! Thought he was going to get it for a second there, but number 23 slows down the train so that the rest of the cavalry could come around and make the stop.
Look at this clutch defense for Bowling Green on a 4th and 1 and a direct snap to Davis Cheney. He shifts off to the right side, thought he had a block, and just had nowhere to go. The Bowling Green defensive line showed up in a big way and forced the turnover on downs and will reclaim the football with 1:46 to play at Greenwood's 44.
Man, that was almost I don't blame him for going for it because, I mean, go for a kick or I don't know.
Bowling Green with a chance to claim the win and keep their district hopes alive. Here's the handoff. Graham on the run. He's got the first down and some past the 30. That'll shift the chains. 14 yards the run for Graham, who has been so essential in this offense tonight. 1:30 in regulation. Bowling Green trying to close this game out in the final minutes. Here's the handoff again to Graham. Tries to slip his way past the defensive line, but he's brought down after a short gain.
They're holding on. The Gators are trying to hold on and make sure the Purples do not get a score. If anything else, they're going to try to force them to a field goal.
Battle of the running backs here tonight. Montravian Graham versus Davis Cheney and Nathan Self. Anthony Davis, the freshman quarterback, leading the charge. It'll be 2nd and 7 with a minute to go in regulation. And they do have a kicker who from this range could knock that down. Here's Bowling Green. Anthony Davis dropping back, looking across the center, pitches it. It's caught at the 20, inside the 15. That'll shift the chains for a blowout first down. 46 seconds to go.
That was bad. That was a bad angle of trying to tackle right there by Roy Bray. If he'd have made that connection, they could have made that stop and brought it to 4th down.
That completion by the junior receiver, Isaac Wilson. That's his first time touching the football tonight. And it converts for a first down in the red zone. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Graham. Trying to end this game. Gets to the 10-yard line where he's brought down with 24 seconds to go on the clock. 3 yards on the run for Graham that time.
Now the Gators are doing their best to hold it down. Now will Bowling Green run to this side of the field to get it in the middle so that the kicker can make that kick.
Bowling Green with the timeout. 24 seconds. The time on the clock. And we forget they have Oliver Gonzalez, the senior kicker, also happens to be the goalkeeper for the Purple soccer team who just claimed a region championship last night. And now they could rely on his leg. If they don't score with these next 2 downs, they could rely on Gonzalez's leg to lock in the win and keep their district hopes alive.
And it very well could happen. This is a situation where, man, the Purples could hold off the Gators. The Gators could just uplift their legacy, man. This would change things for the Gators. I think they would believe more and more that they can beat the Purples. But it all comes down right here to these next 2 or 3 plays.
Gonzalez missed a field goal earlier in the game, but this is well within his range. 24 seconds to go. 2nd and 7. Here's Davis. Handoff to Graham. They'll run it up the middle. Back to the 10. It's like a run of no gain for Graham that time. We'll run down the clock. Final 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Clock's winding down. They may wait to call the timeout here with only a few seconds to go and then bring Gonzalez out onto the field. 1 second left. And they call the timeout with 0.1 seconds left.
Wow.
Head coach Mark Spader looking to seal this one away.
Wow. This is got my heart beating right now.
The senior Alex Johnson led his team to the sidelines, the left guard for Bowling Green, and has this Bowling Green crowd on their feet with 0.1 seconds to go. The final timeout called by the Purples with 0.1 seconds to go. It's more than likely going to come down to this field goal by Oliver Gonzalez, and if he can knock it down.
Now, how much pressure are they going to bring? Are they going to come from the sides? Are they going to come from the middle? How are they going to bring the pressure to try to stop this kick from happening? Because, as you said, he can make it from right there. He can make that. That's less than a 30-yard, a little bit less than a 30-yarder there.
Purples make their way out onto the field. Gonzalez set back to go for the kick. Holding for Gonzalez is Zachary Stumbo, the sophomore. Here's Gonzalez for the win with a kick from the 16 and a timeout called by Greenwood to ice the kicker.
Oh, man. This is absolutely wow. Never would have thought that it would have come down to a field goal between Bowling Green and Greenwood. This hasn't happened in a long time, almost 20 years.
Insane.
Absolutely.
No other words to describe it. This will be, no matter which way you shake it, unless something crazy happens and this field goal gets blocked and they go into overtime, if this ends with this field goal completion, it'll also be the lowest amount of points that Bowling Green has put on Greenwood.
It will. It will be. It definitely will be the lowest amount of points ever put on, period. This moment right here reminds me of a movie called Wildcats. It's a football movie from back in the 80s, 85, and the Wildcats had to perform a block kick in order to win the game or keep the other team from winning the city championship, and this is the situation that's going on right now.
Oliver Gonzalez, you see him there on your screen. He's lining up the kick for all the marbles, keeping your hopes alive for a district title. The senior won a regional championship last night. The kick is up, and it's good, no doubter. Oliver Gonzalez seals the win for Bowling Green, 17-14 the final.
Man, there's nothing you can do about that one, Ryan. Nothing you can do at all. The Bowling Green Purples held on to get that win. The Gators, you did all you could do, man. It was a great fight. Great fight.
A tale as old as time, 37 meetings all time, and Bowling Green reigns supreme with a 17-14 final score. The Purples take the win off a last-second field goal by the senior Oliver Gonzalez. What a win for Bowling Green, their third of the season, and their district hopes remain alive. You can see this team, how much it means. They rush the field, congratulating their teammates. This is what it means for the Purples program to come out in such a big way, to perform in such a big moment.
This is exactly how they were supposed to come out and finish it off. I mean, it's been a heck of a game the whole game, but it was absolutely amazing.
You can see the kick again that sealed the deal for Bowling Green. Oliver Gonzalez will remember that kick for a long, long time. What a completion. What a win for Bowling Green in a moment and a time where they need it most. We'll take a step aside, and when we come back, we'll have your post-game show right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the Seven Mountains Sports Network. Purples win 17-14.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait. The dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to Bowling Green High School for our post-game show as the Bowling Green Purples take the win off a last-second field goal to claim the win over Greenwood 17-14. They keep their district championship hopes alive, which ultimately now Hamp lies in next week's game on the road at Grayson County. That will ultimately kind of be the deciding factor on whether or not Bowling Green comes away with the district title. It's out of Greenwood's hands by this point. 3-1 they finish in district play, and now it'll be up to the Purples to seal the deal next week. We take a look at some of the key stats here in the moment. We got to take a look back on it here, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. The kick that made it all happen, Oliver Gonzalez, the goalkeeper for the Purple soccer team. He just won a region title last night.
Heck yeah.
And comes into today unfazed and knocks down that 26-yard field goal, give or take, on our rough math estimates there. Knocks down the field goal to secure the win. That is what you do in big-time moments, and the senior Gonzalez proved it tonight.
That's exactly how you end it, especially when you're the kicker and everybody's looking at you, and this is the moment where it all comes down on you. The weight's all on your shoulders, and it was like he just carried it like a feather, and he put it right through the middle of the what was back in the day an H, and came up with the game winner. Man, amazing job, good job.
Take a look at some of these stats from the game. Bowling Green leading in those statistical categories, but Greenwood put up one heck of a fight. 313 total yards for the Purples, 203 through the air. Anthony Davis really came alive, especially in that second half, and had a couple of big receptions by his receivers in that first quarter, including Travy Barber, but 110 rushing yards to go along with it. Most of those, if not all, coming from Montravian Graham, who contributed so much tonight. Didn't find the end zone, but was so crucial in converting on crucial downs.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely Graham was definitely one that kept the Purples floated, kept them going. His running play, his running abilities allowed for the passing of Anthony Davis. Now he was being pressured most of the game there, but the way Graham ran the ball allowed him to be able to have enough to get the ball to Travy or Kirkwood any time that they wanted to, really.
Yeah, and as we look again at some more of these stats for Greenwood, put up one heck of a fight, 249 total yards. That's about the average that they've been having per game. They average about 250, so they're right there at that number. Greenwood not to go away with their heads hanging low. They still got a lot to be happy for, and still a chance that they could really take home that district title, and will still have that home playoff game that we talked about with Coach Howard in our last broadcast with Greenwood at Barron County. But looking again at some of these stats, 167 rushing yards, still efficient in the run game. Davis Cheney and Nathan Self carrying much of that workload. You saw back-to-back. Cheney with his fourth straight game with at least 2 touchdowns. He's having such a phenomenal year, his first year on offense, and only 82 passing yards. Honestly, that's kind of where you look at what could have been the difference maker, especially that interception that came at the end of the first half.
Oh yeah, that interception that came at the end of the first half was a momentum shifter. It was a game changer. But Greenwood just said they were not going to put their heads down. You had a few people on both sides of the ball there on defense. On the Purples, you had Jones with the interception. Drew Jones. And you had Jeff Reynolds, who for that second half, man, it was like him 44 versus 44. He actually just met with the locomotive on multiple stops that were very key. That could have just turned the tide here a few times in the game. And a fun fact about Jet Reynolds. That's Robert Reynolds' nephew there, man, from the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. Also a Purple alumni, man. His name's on the wall over there. But moving on from that, over on Greenwood side, you got Stuart Scott, Roy Bray. Grant Turner had 2 sacks on the night, man. I mean, they actually, just showed their grit and their determination as far as not giving up, man. And they almost pulled off one of the greatest upsets in history, period, as far as, again, 37th meeting, another loss by the Gators.
And statistically now, in 37 meetings completed now all time, this is statistically the closest margin of victory, or the lowest margin of victory that Bowling Green has had over these two teams, or between these two teams, as that 3-point deficit is by far the lowest of any result in those 37 meetings all time.
Oh, yeah, and I tell you what, honestly, the coaches over on the Bowling Green side were absolutely smart to run that clock down to that 1 second and kick that field goal, because the way Greenwood has been playing, what we have seen all season, what we have seen tonight, there could have been a big possibility with 30 seconds left on the clock. Greenwood could have got it back downfield and tied it right back up, or just won the game, period.
And it was an exciting moment, an exciting game. You couldn't ask for much more. I think a lot of people had this game circled on the calendar as like, listen now, like South Warren, they're out of the 5A picture.
Yeah.
Greenwood, it's almost Bowling Green and Greenwood's town to run at this point in terms of the 5A slate of things. And when you're coming into tonight, I think this game kind of delivered on all fronts.
Oh, yeah, definitely delivered all the way around, because I'm telling you, I've seen it on social media this week. Oh, Greenwood beating Bowling Green, not going to happen. It's going to be a major blowout and all this stuff like that, because that's what's been used to being seen, 45 points, 30 points. Bowling Green is just running the score up. Sometimes it took until the second half for that to happen, but this time Greenwood came out and said, you know what, it's not happening like that this year, and we're going all the way forward, man. I'm honestly, as a Purple, I'm proud of the way Greenwood came out here.
And both these teams came out, they played with grit, they played with tenacity. I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know how the playoff picture shakes out. You could see them play again.
Could see them play again. It could be like Bowling Green and South Warren. You'd be like, okay, well, whoever wins District I, whatever, we're going to see the other one. We're going to see you again in regionals. So this very well could be another game coming, man.
It's just kind of flipped the script. The Gators are stepping up to the plate this season, and the Purples, though many maybe have counted them out after those first 4 games and how they looked through those first 4 games, since week 5, it's been a turnaround. And having the health of this team back, having Travy Barber back now. He did go down at one point in the game, but hopefully looked like it was just a cramp in the leg. Yeah. So they were like, okay, listen, we're just going to play it safe. You had a great first game back, had the touchdown, over 100 yards. What more could you ask for a player like Travy Barber? We'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at some highlights. We'll crown our player of the game, and we'll take a look ahead to the rest of our broadcast schedule right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it. Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to our post-game show here on the Seven Mountains Sports Network and your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Final score between the Purples and the Gators, 17-14, and what can only be described as a history-making classic. It was a great one here tonight. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp alongside as we wrap up our coverage. Some scores around the region, some final scores as well. South Warren 49-0. They win over Central Hardin. In the fourth quarter is Warren Central at Grayson County, and Grayson County leading currently 30-12. Paducah-Tillman leads Warren East 44-6 in the fourth quarter. Macon County beats Barron County at Barron 29-14, the final there. Glasgow secures the district championship with a 42-7 win over LaRue County, and a final between Adair and Edmonson County. Adair takes the win in a close one, 31-26. And into the third quarter between Russellville and Caverna. Russellville, the Panthers running up the score. Into the third quarter, 42-14, the Panthers lead over Caverna. Those are your scoring updates around the region. Again, right here at Bowling Green High School, the Purples won 17-14. And now, I guess we take a look at some of those highlights from earlier in the game. Of course, we had the big catch that really got things going here with Travey Barber. What a game for him as he really opened things up. That was his first big catch. That was for 46 yards for Travey Barber, and it just continued to open up there. It was Bowling Green and Reed Gathright who completed this 20-yard reception for the first down, and that would ultimately lead to Bowling Green's first score of the night. Again, you have the completion to Travey Barber, who continues to wrestle his way past inside the 10. He just would not be stopped, and finally he was able to convert a 7-yard passing touchdown from the freshman quarterback Anthony Davis to Travey Barber, the senior, making his return, holding that ball over his head like it was a water bucket, trying not to spill a drop, and he comes down with his first touchdown of the year and only his fourth reception of the year as well. A big catch here for Greenwood. Gave him a little bit of momentum. That was, I believe, Max Eisenhower on the catch that really got their momentum going. And Bowling Green, however, towards the end of the first half, would haul in this interception, and that's Drew Jones. It looked like that Greenwood was going to go for it there to end the first half and try to convert there. Ultimately, on fourth down, it would be the interception hauled in by Drew Jones, his first of the season. Again, a spin cycle catch for Ethan Kirkwood, his third touchdown of the season. You got to take another look at this because this was just absolutely ridiculous. Look, that Anthony Davis drops back. He sees Kirkwood out there in double coverage and knows he can rely on Kirkwood to hit the spin cycle, breaks off 2 Gators defenders to get the touchdown. Greenwood again. Davis Chaney came alive in that second half, especially in that fourth quarter, breaking away on multiple huge runs that resulted in 5 straight first downs for the Gators in the fourth quarter. Eventually led to a score. It tied things up. This direct snap to Chaney for the 2-yard rushing touchdown put them back in the game. But Bowling Green had a couple of moments. He had a couple of turnovers here and there, but it was late in the going. Davis Chaney again would strike for another touchdown, this time a 3-yard rushing touchdown on the other end of the field, and that would tie up the game. 14-14. Both teams go back and forth. Greenwood potentially here I would have had a great chance and great field position with an interception from the freshman Beck Smith. Unfortunately, was called and ruled as an incomplete. And then again here, it looked like Bowling Green maybe fumbling away their chance as this turnover ended up being a turnover on downs. Back to Greenwood with decent field position. They started at about the 38-yard line in their own territory and ultimately resulted in their own 3 and out. They went for it on 4th down, and they turned it over on downs, went back to Bowling Green. Anthony Davis and Montrevian Graham lead the charge downfield. They get the senior Oliver Gonzalez in field goal range, and with 0.1 seconds to go, Mark Spader calls the timeout, and that locks in the win. The 26-yard completed field goal by Oliver Gonzalez seals the win.
Man. You had a great rundown right there, man, because that was an excellent game. Again, one that nobody even thought was going to be as close as it was right here, man. And that kick was absolutely the nail in the coffin.
Nail in the coffin was the kick as the Purples claimed the win. And we have to, of course, crown our player of the game tonight. And I think we have to mention him because he showed up when the lights were brightest. Tonight's player of the game brought to you by Warren RECC and NCTC is number 92, the senior Oliver Gonzalez, the kicker who had the clutch kick to seal the win. 2 for 2 on PATs plus the 33-yard field goal locked in the win. You could see the replay here once again as Gonzalez realized he locked in the W alongside his team. What better way to celebrate locking in your chances and knowing arguably you're the favorite going into next week against Grayson County? It could lock up that district title.
Man, I know they're excited, especially the way the year started out, and to come off a win like this where it could have been a game changer for the year. Absolutely amazing for the Purples. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, Oliver Gonzalez. You're our player of the game. For your high-speed internet needs, choose NCTC powered by Warren RECC. It's fast, reliable service with a hometown touch. Oliver Gonzalez is our player to watch. Any final thoughts from Big Ham?
Man, I just love the way that this team, the Purples, have fought through the adversities that they've had through the beginning of the year and now are going into the situation that they're going into where they're looked at as the favorite for next week. I'm so extremely proud of the Greenwood Gators at the way that they come in this year and just put their heads down and put their chest out and said that they're coming in and they're going to do it. And they almost got that win tonight. Proud of you, Greenwood. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Today seemed almost like there was hardly any mess-ups. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There was hardly any penalties that we seen. Like, they cleaned that up throughout the year, man. So, I mean, great job for this game right here. It was actually a great job by both teams, and it was really, really great.
A little bit of a mix-up as well in the district here as Grayson County takes the win over Warren Central 30-12. And as we wrap up our coverage here tonight, we take a look at next week. We'll be at South Warren as they host Davies County, still in 6A play. They've had a strong season, remaining undefeated after their win earlier tonight against the Central Hardin Bruins. They will roll on back home, host the Davies County Panthers, and look to continue their winning ways and have a 9-0 start, potentially 10-0 start come the end of the regular season.
Man, be well-deserved right there for the Spartans. Great job. Keep pushing, fellas. We all rooting for you. I don't care what they say.
Spartans always an exciting brand of football to watch, as are the Purples and the Gators, who put on an absolute show tonight here under the lights. And as we wrap up our coverage, of course, it wouldn't be possible without our phenomenal crew. Big Hamp alongside. It's been a pleasure continuing to call games week in and week out with you, my friend. Matthew Clark, our producer, director, alongside Our girl Claire up on the game cam, up on the roof. Our man Ian Lewis down on the field cam, who brought you all the awesome shots and plenty of replays tonight. And then our man Andy back on the board, back at the station, making sure we get out over the airwaves, whether you're watching over our live stream or over the radio station. We appreciate you for tuning in to tonight's coverage of South Central Kentucky football, because without you watching along with us, it wouldn't be possible. Again, also thank you to our sponsors, Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Morgantown Bank and Trust, The Blowout Co., Edmonton State Bank, Toyota of Bowling Green, State Farm Agent Will Coker, and NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. All make it possible for us to get out here and cover these exciting games and bring you the action all around South Central Kentucky and right here in Warren County. As we sign off tonight, Ryan Murphy for Big Hemp, I'm signing off tonight. And as we say goodbye from Bowling Green High School, and we'll see you next week at South Warren for a matchup between the Daviess County Panthers and the South Warren Spartans. Good night, everybody.